stand it. Well,
And then the vicar said, no, it goes in the other end, the other way around, you idiot.
That's where I'm going wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about insertion and the correct positioning. Hey,
I
everyone.
did think it was a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone. Bit of a tail-end conversation there, sorry about that. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome.
And goodbye. Stream's over. See you later, guys.
Bye! Like and subscribe. Yes, welcome everyone to Warhammer Sunday, that time of the week when Colin and I sit around and just talk bollocks for 3 hours. I did a swear already. I've ruined it.
Yeah, you've ruined that, ain't you?
Come on.
It's because I sit downstairs talking to Mama Foxx and we do lots of swearing, so, oh well.
Oh,
We
mate.
just talk rubbish, nonsense, shenanigans for 3 hours. Or maybe 2 hours. That's how long we go for. And do some Warhammer at the same time, apart from Si Reynolds, who doesn't come on camera yet because he's rubbish. But yes, we'll move on. So welcome one and all to Warhammer Sunday. Hello, Simon. Hello, Simon.
No, I never said that because
No, you didn't, Cole, 'cause
we performed really badly on Friday without Si Reynolds doing the
We
chat.
did, actually. We did.
I want to keep on his good side because we were shonky.
Yeah, we kind of need our chat dolly, don't we?
Yeah, we're useless,
See?
mate.
If I start modelling on Warhammer Sunday, it's going to go to pot again. So
Yeah, so we need to get another person in. I've decided that you're not a chat dolly. I've decided you're a chat puppy. I don't know why, but you're a chat puppy.
I'll be a puppy. I prefer puppies to dollies anyway.
You're a chat
He's
pup.
a damn good chat pup.
Chat
admin.
Chadmin. Chad. You're a Chad. You're a Chad. Are you a hanging Chad? Ooh, that's not relevant, is it? That's 21 years old.
Slightly to the left, Daddy.
It ain't 21 years ago, is
22, because it was 1999, wasn't it?
Bloody
2000? 2000? Hanging Chads? God,
it? Oh, my God.
We've 2 minutes in and we're doing American politics from 25 years ago. Wow, we're so relevant and cutting edge, aren't we?
We've always said don't bring up politics. That was you. That was your fault.
We are hardcore and street, I know. Anyway, yes, welcome one and all to Warhammer Sunday. Before we get going, all the usual shout-outs are applying, so I shall apply them now with gusto. First of all, don't forget, of course, that this channel is supported by my corporate supporters, emodels.co.uk and goblingaming.co.uk, your one-stop shops for all your tabletop and model-making needs. Links in the description below. Please use those links down there. Don't just go to their website. There's all noises in the background. All spider pigs and burps and all kinds of rumbles. It's quite cool. It's like sounds of the wild. Here in the jungle, we
have the mating call of the walrus.
The mating call of the lesser-haired Festa.
We should produce it. We could call it Modeller's Planet instead of Blue Planet.
Yeah. Modeller's Planet. Anyway, yes, links in the description below the video. Use those links. Don't just go to the website because I don't get any money from that. Use those links. And, of course, my patrons and channel members who basically pay my bills. They put food on my table. They make it possible for me to sit here and do this all day, every day, as best as possible, which means I can look after Mama Foxx. So big thank you to them. Without them, I'd be stuck in an office job somewhere and Mama Foxx would basically be dead. So there you go. Thank you to them. So big hugs. If you want to help support this channel, you can go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru and become a patron, or you can click on the join button underneath any one of my videos or streams. That way you can become a member. You'll get access to the live 24/7 video Zoom hangout and the associated Facebook text-only chat if you want to do that, and loads of other stuff as well. And don't forget, you can, of course, support Colin's channel, which is patreon.com Festa67's workshop, and, of course, press the join button under his videos and do exactly the same with him, and you get the same access. So, welcome one and all. Dudes, I have with me, as always, my very good friend, Colin Wilkinson, Festa67's. I don't know why I said your full name then.
I know, it's brilliant.
Does that mean, is that like Sunday school telling off?
You're in trouble, Cole. You're in trouble.
Colin Wilkinson, did you take young Jenny's bottle of milk?
Yeah, could you come to the headmaster's office, young
You've got 2 blue straws in your pocket. You've had somebody else. You've had Wilkinson's bottle of milk, haven't you, on your own?
Wait, how did you know the colour of the straw that I got prepared in case of noises?
That's uncanny.
Because we were kids in the 1970s when we got a bottle of milk at school every day, and they always had a little blue straw.
Yeah. No, I still got milk in primary school until like year 2. We had like milk at like 2 p.m. every afternoon. It was banging.
Yeah, Maggie Thatcher took our milk away, didn't she?
Yeah, cowbag.
Yeah.
But yes, Festa, welcome.
Hello,
from Festa
mate.
67's workshop.
Yeah, Festival 67's workshop.
Hello.
Like
How are
and
you, my friend?
subscribe. I'm all right, mate. Fine, dandy, suave, windswept, and interesting.
You're always windswept, but then you've got a big fluffy cushion that absorbs it all.
Absolutely, mate.
The only thing is, right, you have to put it in the washing machine every week because otherwise it gets pretty nasty.
Yeah,
Trust
it does.
me.
It crawls there on its own, it does.
I went through a windy phase and it's like, I need to bleach this cushion and burn it.
It's
bury
when
it.
you sit on an orthopaedic wedge, innit? They're not very forgiving.
Well, but when you have a normal cushion, right? If you're like me and you do a lot of trumps, one thing I've learned is you have to wash it regularly in the washing machine because if you don't, one day you'll be there and you'll sit down quickly and you'll be like, and this cloud of smell will just come out and you'll be like, I need to burn this and bury it.
Nothing smells worse than old Trump.
Yeah.
An ass in a cushion. Ooh.
There's
Cushion
nothing
ass
worse
smell.
than letting one rip under the covers and then accidentally lifting them.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine a week-old toot coming from a cushion would be.
Oh
just...
yeah. If you've done an Harry Potter fart side, which is one of them Hufflepuffs we do, you know, the farts. And suddenly you move on the cushion, and all of a sudden it's up it comes. You're like,
There was a point where for about a year I had some nose-based problems, so I didn't have much of a sense of smell. Yeah. And for a year I'm there, and one day I'm sat there and I just shifted on my chair, and like a year's worth of ass just came out of my cushion. I'm like, I need to burn this now.
It's even worse in the summer, isn't it? When it's a bit hot.
Oh God, yeah.
Sticky.
At least you knew that your nose was working again.
Yeah, it was a medical confirmation. And of course, you will hear it in the background. You will hear the angelic dulcet tones, the soft mellifluous oscillations of our good friend, and of course, no longer Chat Dolly. I've decided he's now called a Chat Puppy, but our Chat Pup, we've done that bit already. Our Chat Pup, Kevin, Kevin Reynolds.
That's me.
You got your name on the telly.
Like and subscribe.
It's going well, isn't it, folks?
Yeah. Now,
it's only been on 10 minutes. It's like,
like and subscribe. Now, if you watched us on Friday, me and Colin, you'll know how much of an absolute char it was. I just channeled my inner Terry Thomas there. An absolute shower it was, because we didn't have a chat pop. So we ignored everybody. We couldn't read. We'd said all the wrong words.
We was crap, weren't we? Let's be honest.
Yeah, all the kittens died. Birds fell out of the sky. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. So it's good to have Si back now for normality and talking. So we can basically do nothing all day. We can sit and paint, and Si can do all the work. Yay!
Yay!
So
and not get paid. Woo!
Yeah, you get paid 0. Yeah. Have you got a vacuum? Have you got a vacuum tube installed?
No.
No, we can't pay you. Sorry, bye. So you have to work for free. You have to work for free.
I love vacuum tubes. They make such a satisfying
Yeah, but what we do is we don't actually use one of them those little capsules. We just literally put a load of coins into a funnel. So it's like a machine gun coming. So make sure your vacuum tube points down, not out. Otherwise, you'll just get shotgunned.
That's
tube science. Straw when he wants to make
easy now.
Noises.
Easy now. Let's not. We've already mentioned insertions on this stream.
Could you imagine, Si? Could you imagine the epic fart sound you'd get out of Foxy's big pink straw?
You know what? I have
because it is ribbed. It is ribbed.
If I take about 5 straws, like I'm about to do,
This is like a
strawchestra.
This is like
crikey, it gets louder.
It's like a Gatling. Can you spin it fastly as well?
I'm going to try with more straws. Right, I now have 10 straws. Here we go. Oh, wait, 10 straws takes a lot of breath. It sounds wrong.
So, Mr. Reynolds, how exactly did you blast all your lymph nodes onto the wall behind you? I can now tell you that you're free. You'll never get lymph node cancer because you don't have any left. You've blown them all out.
Yeah,
it is for science, Max. That is correct.
Yep.
Max says in chat, it is for science.
Si will be the first person ever to get a massive case of ingrowing armpit hair.
Yep.
All my hairs are going in. Yeah, your entire arm is now septic. Please have.
The thing is, the next time he picks up a straw, he might forget which end was in the armpit, and then he goes. Yeah.
That's a point. Yeah, you have to make sure you got a straw with different coloured ends, so you know which end to.
See, I always, because I've got the straw, the plastic straws with the bit that you can bend at one end.
Yeah, them ones.
I am. Yeah. I always use the end with the bendy bit as the mouth portion. So it's quite difficult to.
Look at the length of that bendage, though, Si. That's a lot of corrugated, isn't it?
Yeah, you see, I do that throughout the stream when I'm not making me fart noises. I fiddle with my bendy bit, and by the end, I have to throw away the straw because it's just a mess.
Now, here's it. Can you imagine? We've done straws, bendy straws. Can you imagine if you got like a washing machine bendy tube extractor tube?
Oh yeah, would you be able to blow into that? That's
I think you need to do that onto like a belly or something because you can't really do it. You know, it's bigger than your armpit.
I am looking at my
washing machine.
My compressor extraction hose. Yeah. It's within reach, and I'm just like, I've got a big mouth, but I couldn't get my mouth around that.
I'm not going to be responsible if you blow an armpit out. It's just
indeed.
No. So how are you, Si Reynolds?
I'm pretty good, thanks, dude. But I have just thought now if I hooked up a fire extinguisher
here we go
to my
arse. I mean armpit.
No. Well, to the airbrush extraction hose, right? And then I sat in like a wheelchair or a chair with wheels. Could I effectively make fart noises whilst blowing myself along?
You could certainly make yourself a little jet engine and propel yourself around the flat. Into the walls. And
I honestly think you would have a good go at trying that, Si.
I would.
How did you break every one of your limbs and bones? Well, there was a fire extinguisher and an extractor hose and a wheelchair. One of those. Yes.
Yeah, it was all in the aid of fart noises.
Yes. Man flies out of 10th floor window. Why?
I would say, so Max wonders how many straws is the limit. I would say, Max, however many you can fit in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to have enough lung capacity to effectively blow each straw.
You have to be able to do a good... Then moving on.
Yeah, moving on there.
In response to your question, I'm perfectly good, thanks. I'm Warboss Squighammer is nearly ready for primer. I've been fiddling and fettling.
What you do in your own personal time? Don't want to know.
And I've been modelling as well as fiddling.
Yeah, work it, baby, work it.
Yeah.
Love the camera. Well, not that kind of modelling.
He's coming on. And I've been working on a logo for a YouTube channel. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
So it might happen, and yeah.
Are you saying that at some point you may actually make a content?
I might do. Might do.
There's hope for us too yet, then, eh?
Yeah. Might do.
And then when you start making a content, we'll just all have to stop because ours will be just garbage compared to yours.
No, don't be silly.
Don't be silly.
Don't be silly. But well, I want to work out how to film painting this war boss. But by the same token, I don't, because I want to make the best job on him I can, because he's going to be like the mascot, if you will, because he is Warboss Squighammer. So
I wouldn't bother filming that particular one. You can always make another one.
Well, exactly, but yeah.
Well, this is the thing you're going to find quite difficult, Si, isn't it? Because you are such a particular way of painting. Are you going to be comfortable filming that? Because, like you say, it'll take you days just to do a particular set of blends on something, won't it? So.
Well, I need to work out how I want to film.
Yeah.
Do I want to film top down like Foxx?
Yeah. I don't tend to do that much anymore. Now it's like Dutch angle from the left or right. I found because I paint with my right hand.
Yeah.
I have the camera on this side. Now I can mount the camera. I've started putting the camera on that side so you can actually see what I'm painting. If you're right-handed, don't film from the right.
Left. Yeah.
Well, I've been looking into. You can get mounts that go
a pig
onto,
mount. No, not that kind of mount.
Not that kind of mount. They go onto the edge of your desk, And
Yeah, I know the ones you mean. Yeah.
they elevate the phone like 4 inches. So in
Yeah.
theory, I could have the model right in shot, but then that fails because quite often I paint with my elbows on my desk and the miniature about 2 inches from my face.
My advice to you would be, when it comes to microphones and cameras, don't have them mounted to the desk you're actually working on.
Yeah.
Because all you get is wobble, 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 or bang, 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 thump, thump from the microphone.
You can demonstrate that by doing one of your microphone boom noises, can't you?
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
That's because
I need to work out what I want to do, really. Do I want to just film and more than likely voiceover, because that's just easier?
I'd recommend that.
Or do I want to film an entire painting process and then cut it down to stages?
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, so... Or do I want to do a bit like Warhammer TV or Duncan style, whereby I very briefly demonstrate a technique and then it kind of cuts
That would
to...
work better for you.
I'd recommend that. The difficulty I've found is that if you just film the whole process, then if you're filming on a phone, it'll become like 400 degrees and your battery will last about a week. But the thing is, when you're watching a video like that, you just need to show the technique long enough to talk about it. The one thing you don't want to do is say, now I'm going to paint these chips and I'm going to use this technique and then spend 20 minutes painting the chips, because I've already seen you do it now. As soon as you've explained it and I've seen you do it, I don't need to watch 20 minutes of it.
So I am...
It's also less work to film like that.
I definitely agree with you. I'm more favouring the... that technique, but also do I want to do tutorial-y videos, or do I want to do just bench updates?
For us, we would be... Selfishly, we would say tutorials, because we want to learn from you.
Well, I know you're foaming at the mouth for a tutorial.
Yeah. For your style of painting and how... I don't think you'll mind me saying this, but how anal you probably would be about your result and getting it there. The Duncan style would probably work better for you, because you can do a lot of finessing off camera.
Well, yeah.
But when you're back on camera, you can say, right, what I've done is, if you notice, I've done these blends and I achieved that by X, Y, and Z. But you've been able to focus on it away from filming, if that makes any sense.
I think
that comes. That comes to the next question. What level do I try and make a video to? Do I try and make a video to something that is effectively achievable by everyone and would be classed by most people as armies on parade level, which is like that thing every year where people paint up in a whole army, put it on a display board and see if they can win. It's like very, very high tabletop standard.
I would say, given that you can do... Like I said the other day on the Friday show, I paint mediocre. I'm like mediocre level painting, so I teach mediocre level painting. I think because you're far in excess of that, you can then teach anything from how to hold a brush and not put it into your ear, up to how to paint to win an award. So I think you can balance between how to paint the basics, how to paint stuff, and also then how to go forward from that.
Well, why don't you...
I have also thought about this to a point. So I could paint something to a certain level. And then say, you could take this forward to the next stage, but that's a Patreon exclusive video.
Exactly. But not for everything, but then that's where you get your content coming in.
Well, why don't you break your channel down then into good, better and best is Patron level? You know what I mean? And you say, right, to get to A standard, you do like the good section. To take it to the next level is the better section. And then if you really want to go for competition award-winning paint jobs, why not become a patron of mine and I'll show you?
And you can also break that down into playlists as well, which also then comes in handy.
It's an intriguing concept because so there is a very distinct difference. If you look at the people that are winning awards nowadays, none of the models that are submitted are in what I would class as an heavy metal style. They're not in the same style as you might get on box art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
It's beyond that now.
And it's like, what's most... I think it will take some experimentation as to what's of most interest to people. Do people want to be able to replicate something that looks very similar to what GW produces for its box art and its publications? Or do people want to know...
Well, you'll have your core interests side, which is going to be learning the basics. That'll probably be your higher view figures. But also there's going to be those of us that want to see a full-on Cy Reynolds paint job. So you're lucky. You've got several niches that you can cover. You can cover entry level. You can cover the next
Box art level, yeah.
And then you can cover, if you want to really take it to a whole competition level, I'll show you how. And you're quite blessed having that.
Oh, hang on, and we fall out. So wait a second. Let's go back in. Ha la 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 la. Thank you, StreamYard. You suck balls. Ha la 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 la.
We'll be back, guys.
And we're back.
There you go. He's back.
There we go. Yeah, you've got I don't know what Colin said there, but you've got the advantage that, like I say, I can give people a foundation, but you can do everything. You can show them every level, and you can have different playlists for, like Colin says, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Award winning.
Spoilt for choice, but don't sell yourself short, Si. You know, I know you're like, I don't really know whether people would be interested in the full bespoke Cy Reynolds.
Doesn't matter what. Yeah,
people
just do
need
it.
to see it, because people like me, Foxx, and that would love to dearly know how that's achieved. We're going to find that really, really useful viewing, mate. And yeah, I think you'll do well out of it.
And you have to keep in mind as well that think of the reasons why people watch those, model making videos. There's only a small number of reasons they'll do it. One is because they like the person doing the video and they don't really care what they're doing. But that's a small percentage. That's like, your Craftsman type thing. I don't really care about injection moulding, but I'll watch every single video that Craftsman puts out.
Oh, yeah, it was Craftsman, it goes without saying.
Then you've got the people that they watch because they want to learn how to do the thing that you do. Because they don't think that good, and they want to learn to get better. And then there's just the people that watch it because they enjoy, maybe they can do what they do, but they just enjoy your content. Yeah. Or they know they're never going to get to your level, but it's interesting to see how. Or they want to learn. So I often find that the build updates, although they're interesting where you're doing a build that's not going to be filmed, if you just did nothing but build updates, you better have a damn good magnetic personality and be able to do lots of interesting things while just saying, this is what I did that I'm not going to show you. Because
I haven't got that. So
no, if you just do build updates, the only comments you're ever going to get are, have you filmed how it was done so I can see?
Yeah, how did you do that? It's always going to be the question.
I don't see the benefit of a video channel that just shows updates on a build, because people don't want to see... People won't want to watch a video that says, this week I painted all this. It's brilliant, isn't it? 'Cause why am I watching that? Whereas if I'm showing how to do it...
Yeah, it's just it's not even a show and tell, is it?
It's,
look at me at what I've done, I mean, I like Duncan's videos, but what I do find is missing sometimes is a bit more detail on the technique, because it'll be, right, you paint this, when I come back, it's done. And I look at that and go, oh, how did you do that particular effect? I kind of want to know that.
I have kind of considered that. I have been giving it a lot of thought. Because it's something that I do want to do. It's just I need to find the balance, because it's not ever going to become my career. So
another way you could do it, though, Si, sorry, I spoke over you there. I do apologise.
Right. I forgive.
Is perhaps, Si's top 10-minute tech fucking video, and it's a 10-minute technique. Right, a lot of people have asked me how you get this effect on something. And you give a demo, this is how you glaze. It's a nice, simple, short, sharp snippet, but that will give people a hook then to come in and see more of your work.
Yeah, you certainly want a how-to. I started doing how-to videos, but I never got many done. But you certainly want how-to videos in there anyway, as well as long-form stuff. You want
absolutely
quick videos and you want long-form videos.
I would need them for people to refer back to
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah.
But I know the bonus of short form tutorials on things like glazing and stuff like that is I don't have to use a whole model to do it.
Absolutely, and the beauty of it is as well then, Si, is you don't then in your videos have to go, right, this technique, blah, blah, blah. You can go, all the techniques I'm using are all in the techniques section on my channel. Have a go through, you'll see the technique I'm using there and explained in more detail. And when we come back, I would have painted this, and you move on then. You don't have to keep repeating yourself in every video you make because the techniques are already there for people to see.
The other advantage as well is if you're in a Facebook group and so you say, this is what I've painted this week, and you put a picture of this, oh, how did you do that? And you can say, here's a handy 2-minute video that tells you how I did that, bang.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I like, somebody asked me that the other day about this tank, and how did you do that, that's whatever it was, and I was like, oh, here's a video I did last year about how to do that technique, bang, there you go.
I did it with you live on air, wasn't it, about the chipping, and you just gave us a quick 2-minute and it's like, cheers, mate. And it works. And Si, you're blessed, mate, because you have got that ability to do good, better, best. You're going to have a selection of videos there that are useful to people at multiple levels, and that's quite a lucky thing you've got there, mate. It's a good selling point for your channel and your Patreon.
Exactly. But I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I wouldn't start. If the Squick Hammer was going to be the mascot for the channel, then yeah, don't film that, because you want that to just look fantastic, because you're going to get lots of close-up pictures of it for things like icons. But I wouldn't overthink it too much, because the one thing I would say is don't expect your first video to be the best thing ever. It's going to be, I'll be harsh, it's going to be garbage. Because the one thing you need to do, the one thing you're absolutely expert at is painting your models. The one thing you've got no experience of is filming painting your models.
No,
so,
and that's the biggest learning curve.
Yeah, so you need to either get a few under your belt before you even put one up. But, you know, not necessarily put the video, but, like, you know, start off with little, I mean, you could start off with little sort of channel update videos or whatever, because you could film them, but just not show that, because you're still learning how to get in, finding your zone. But
what
then
you could do is do them as unlisted and just send us the link.
I mean, realistically, the first videos that I would film would be videos that you guys want to see. So if you ask me to film a video on how to paint orc skin, or how I would paint orc skin, then that's what I would do. And that probably will be one of my first videos anyway, because it's what I'm painting at the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd watch it.
The first thing I would do that you need to do before you even set up a YouTube channel is film a paint job, because you might find, let's be brutally honest, you might find that you actually hack the process completely, and you're like, you know what, it's a ball ache filming painting, I can't be bothered.
Well, I don't need to spend any money to do that.
No,
that's the good thing, because I've already got a couple of boom arms. I've got one that fits my phone.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of getting there, and well, I need to work out exactly how I want to paint the orc skin this time around, because I've painted orc skin numerous ways, and I am erring more towards how I think or how I interpret the most recent orc skin to be painted by the studio. And I think something like that would be quite good at the moment, because loads of people in our community are painting all.
I mean, just to sort of veer away from the subject of the videos, and back to what the sort of the thing, I would say to start with, just paint whatever you're painting anyway and film it. Don't worry about whether that's ever going to see the internet or anything like that. Just whatever you're painting at the moment, do these dry run tests first, because like I say, you need to make sure that you actually enjoy the process of filming a paint job, because there's no point setting all the YouTube up and everything else and then be like, you know what, painting and filming is a ball ache, I'm not going to do it. So, and get your filming technique down pat over a couple of builds, just so you find your best way of filming and painting, because you might find, you know, you might decide you don't want to do voiceovers, you want to do live takes or whatever. Just paint whatever you're painting anyway, and just happen to film it at the same time, just so you can get some footage and practice in. And then when you're happy that you know what you're doing, and that you're at a place where you think, right, I understand what I need to do now to film, I'm quite comfortable, I found a technique, then you can do your first video for YouTube. Because you want to when you're doing your first YouTube video, a painter of your caliber, you want to be focused 100% on your paint job. Like for me, I'm a hack, so I can film and paint no problem because my techniques are basic. But with you want to, when you first start out, I think the first video you should do should be an ass-kicking video, like that just blows people's minds. Because if you make your first video, how to freehand, I don't know, how to freehand an arrow on a pauldron, nobody cares, they've seen that a million times. If you make your first video, how to paint RK on the Ever Chosen to a competition level, yeah, people are going to watch that. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but...
Yeah, because that video would take me a year and a half to make.
I know, but that's the point I'm making is you should build whatever you're building and painting right now and just happen to film it anyway with no intention of ever making that public. Just so you can... Or even just get a couple of crappy builds you don't care about that you can build and paint, and for the whole purpose of them being to film them. So it doesn't matter what the model is or what the paint job comes out like. They're test pigs for filming. Get a couple of test pig films done, so that when you do your first video that you're going to put on YouTube, you're not thinking about the filming, you're thinking about the painting. Because you want your first... I think you want your first... A painter of your skill, you want your first video to be like, bam, there it is. Then you can start doing simpler things and more different levels of skill. But I think your first video should still be the showstopper. You should always start with the showstopper, I believe. But if you've done a few little test ones that never see the light of day, that's great, because then for that introductory video that you're putting on for the YouTube for the first time, you're doing some kick-ass painting, and you're not spending all your time thinking about how do I film this and what's with this. You've sorted all that out in your mind. If that makes sense, it's kind of just basically do some dry runs first, find your own technique for filming, and then think about what you're going to put on YouTube and what that video will be. Just so you're not then thinking about filming when you're doing that video.
Yeah, I've got like a little note on my phone, or like a little notebook, like Samsung Note. I don't know if I'm sure Apple's got an equivalent.
Yeah,
like
little
note
notes.
app.
Yeah,
I've got like a little note app with ideas for videos.
Yeah,
and
it would be a bit rubbish if like your first ever YouTube video is, here is this phenomenal paint job on this model, but every episode you're saying, I'm really sorry that it's out of focus and the audio's terrible and the editing's terrible because I'm still learning how to film. I don't care, I want to know about the paint job. So get all that done, get all that out of the way, and figure your own way of filming stuff out first.
I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
But my first video will be... so my plan is... I will paint a model from start to finish, and my first video will be
excuse me,
an introduction to the channel through a bench update on this miniature, and then in the consecutive days, like maybe 2 days, 3 days apart, I will release here's how I painted, let's say it's an orc boy, it will be a how to paint orc skin, how to paint the leather for the miniature that I showed in my first video.
So the first video will be like, here's the finished thing, and then in the coming days you release the little steps.
Yeah, so
okay,
it'll be
that's
like
fine.
It'll be like a little PPTs for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're getting people's attention because they've seen the finished piece.
And then
it's, here's how I did that.
Yeah.
It'll be like a mini series.
Yeah.
So then I will paint a completely different miniature. Let's say we jump from an orc boy to a space marine.
Yeah.
Space marine.
And then I will do the same. I will release a tiny bench update saying, here's finished miniature. There's going to be a short mini series on how I did this, and this, and then in the next coming days, like I release those videos.
Yeah. I mean, the actual format and content, that's 100% down to you, and we can't advise you on that, because you've got to find your own style and way of speaking. You've got to find your own voice. So we can't say really what the video should be, whether they're going to be this or that, or to camera, or whatever it's going to... That's down to you to find what works best for you. Yeah. We can only tell you what we've done and what worked for us and what didn't. But like I say, I do think, like I said before you got to that point, you need to have done a couple of test films, just so you don't have to think about the filming while you're doing the filming.
I totally agree. I want to get it to a point where I know that I need to do X, Y, and Z for it to look how I want it to look and present. I want something that appears polished, even though I know I don't know what the fudge I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
YouTube.
That's the thing. Like I said before, a painter of your quality, you don't want the kind of videos where the focus is going in and out, or the white balance is up and down, or you're having to apologise for something at the start, saying, "This is a 45-minute video and it's all out of focus, but please watch any." No, they're not going to watch. So if you get all that done behind the scenes before you even go near YouTube, and then you'll be golden then. But
it probably won't come until I've moved. So because once I've moved,
there's no rush for any of this.
No, exactly. But like, I'm just telling you my thought process and boring everyone in the process.
No, you're not.
We've all been there, mate.
Yeah.
It's like currently in this studio flat, the only lighting I have, like that's decent, are from my lamps. And I fear that if I post now to YouTube, I'm gonna have like an angry bearded man knocking on my door, punching the hell out of my lamps. So I need security.
I do not know this man.
I need to secure my lamps.
Secure your lamps.
But then, like, my bench is squished onto a little table. Yeah. I have to put all of that away to get my airbrush out.
Your current situation
it's not
viable.
No, it's not indicative of what I want to create.
No,
so.
but
this is it. You're trying to sell competent paint jobs, whereas your video might look incompetent, and you don't want that, do you?
Well, this is where right now you're saying you've not got a decent lighting setup or anything like that. Okay, that's fine. But what you can start doing, while you're painting at this little bench with no lighting setup, why not start just doing rough films that don't have to be well lit or anything, but then that's material that you can practice editing.
Well,
you can practice the process of actually filming. Yeah.
If I can fine tune how I wish to film now, then it's going to look better when I can film how I want to film.
Exactly.
Gives you some good test footage to edit.
Yeah. It's just, so right now it's just do it for stuff that's never going to be seen publicly. It's just practice for you figuring out how to film.
You two will be the guinea pigs, so get your requests in now.
Squeak, squeak.
Yeah, I mean, I made this mistake when I started, where I went all in like a bull in a china shop, and it's only when you look back at some of your early content you go, cool, that's dark, that didn't work, that didn't work. Dark green cutting mats didn't work, it made it look too dark and dungeony, and you look at it and you think, bloody hell, that's quite ropey. And you get the terrible editing and stuff. Yeah, because I was still learning the software and learning by me mistakes, and it's frustrating that when I first set up, if I had Foxx or someone like that, like you've got, then it would have gave it a better start, but
you wouldn't have made those mistakes. You would have had someone to say, you don't want to do that.
Well, look at the classic one was the fans, wasn't it? Do you remember?
Yeah.
What are them noises in the background, Cole? What noises? I'm as deaf as a bloody post. And I got H in there. She said, it's the fans on your computer. They're squeaking like a... Yeah. I went, Now, all my videos up until then had that in the background. Must have drove people nuts.
Yep.
But I didn't know, Si, because I had no one I could bounce footage off. I certainly wasn't right, because I don't watch my stuff back. Once it's on there, I don't care about it. I used to be really bad where I didn't even edit the audio or anything. I just used to quickly scroll through it to make sure the video was there and put it out.
Yeah, that was was never ideal.
You know,
That's the one
that
thing
was
you
it.
will have to get used to watching the video that you make. You'll have to get used to watching it over and over again before it even goes anywhere near YouTube.
Yeah.
But then it's all in the name of quality.
Absolutely, but you know we all make them mistakes, and like I say, you're in a good position, Si, because you'll get all of that done before your channel actually goes live. Because you know, send us the links, mate. We'll give you
But
fair.
I'm a perfectionist arsehole anyway. Oh crap! I was live on Channel 4 and I saw. Where's Davina when you need her? Huh?
Yeah.
You are live on Channel 4. Please do not swear.
But,
Pout,
yeah,
pout, pout.
You know. I mean, I've been tinkering around with logos and stuff so far,
Yeah.
which is quite fun.
I think you'll do really well, mate. I'm so looking forward to it.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, it doesn't really matter if I don't, because
You're
it's
not doing it
just
for a living, are you?
I'm doing it for me, and if I can educate my friends, then on things they want to be educated on, then that's all that really matters.
The thing,
Absolutely.
the best mentality to have is the one you've got, which is, I'm doing it because I want to do it. If it takes off and I earn a living doing it, then brilliant. But if it doesn't, I'll have a job anyway, so it's not a problem.
It's got to be fun as well, mate.
Yeah, just do it because you want to do it, and if it makes some money, brilliant. If it doesn't, that's not a reason. Making money is not a reason to start a YouTube channel. Otherwise, you'd just become a vlogger and nobody likes you.
Well, my mentality is, if it ever gets to the point where it makes a little bit of money and it funds my hobby, that's awesome. But if it doesn't, then I'll still be doing what I enjoy doing anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you just carry on doing it.
Going to give Wendy Hickson a wave. Lovely to see you, Wendy. Hope you
I
keep
should
it
really
well.
read some chat.
Yes,
I
our
mean-
chat puppy has not puppied the chat at all yet.
Well, you've been having me in conversation.
It's your own fault.
Distracted him.
It's your own fault.
But yeah, do you wanna see, before I chat Dolly chat? Do you wanna see what I've been farting around with logo wise?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go for it.
Because you know, you'll have pointers. It's very basic.
Yeah.
And I've
Apologies,
only
I'm just having noms. I do apologise.
no.
Well, do you want to do chat Dolly and Fur? Because this will be another 45-minute discussion now with Lego. So
Okay,
anyway,
that's
do you
probably
want-
true.
Yeah, do you want to do some chat Dolly? Well, Colin's nomming and I'm painting.
All right, so we've got an old fart in chat. First of all, goes by the name of
Colin, is that me or you,
Guru.
Colin? I'm not sure who's taking it.
Well, I just said so. You know.
Oh, did you?
listen,
Oh,
son.
I was talking over you deliberately, so I didn't hear it.
Outrageous.
Outrageous.
Then we have a Panzer Cat in the chat.
Panzer Cat! Panzer Cat Ho!
Then
Or
we've got
something.
Marcus Brun, the Ender of Lamps.
What is this about lamps? Don't go
Right.
there.
So basically,
Quickly and shortly.
yeah, he had a major wibble, got up, and he absolutely belted his lamp.
That seems like an expensive mistake.
So we'll just take the mickey out of him. I believe James actually made a comical GoFundMe earlier to fund lamp repair, but
there is a serious side to that as well. If you read
Yes.
down on the disclaimer.
yes, well that's at the top now. It is in the guise of a donation to Model for Heroes, but it's comedy.
Okay.
But yeah, so he just basically he took his modelling rage. He doesn't get gamer rage. He gets modelling rage
Take your rage.
The thing
out
is,
on his lamp.
it's the way the lamp spun round and he just wandered past it going, stupid bloody carpet monster.
Yeah. This was before we educated him on feeding the carpet monster before you begin to model.
Yeah, this is why you always want at least one crappy Airfix kit in your stash, so you can donate parts to the carpet monster to keep it placated.
Yeah.
Oh look, here's a canopy that's not actually transparent. Gone.
Anyway,
Yes.
we diverted again because we're terrible. Yeah.
We.
So then we have Smurf in chat. Good afternoon, Smurf.
Afternoon.
We have
Hello, Age.
the wonderful Max McGinn in chat. Hi, Max.
Hello.
We have Dorkosaurus.
Dorkosaurus, can he
Dorkosaurus.
fix it? Dorkosaurus, no, cause it's knackered.
Okay, I was going with yes because I'm nice, but then we got Joseph Kelly in chat. Hi, Joseph.
Hey, Joseph.
Then we have Festa 67's workshop in chat, and I'm pretty sure we were live, and he didn't request permission to type in chat.
And is he saying hello to Muse when he types?
He did, but I didn't.
Is that Muse. He's only allowed to type in chat when we're live if you're saying hello to Muse?
Yeah, but he's got to ask permission.
No. Oh well. Well, he's got to declare when he's saying hello to Muse, but he's allowed to do it.
Yeah.
But general chit chat, no.
Nattering at the time.
Yeah. So it's our fault for not paying attention.
The wonderful scale model Muse in chat.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't get a word in at the time. Foxx was on a ramble.
Wibblekin.
Yeah. Hang on, not 2 weeks ago you would have said the same thing, Simon, but now it's me and you, of course. You see what I'm against, don't you?
Yeah.
How the hell am I going to paint that eagle?
Well, it was Bully Psy week last week, so I'm turning it onto Cole. It's Good. Cole's turn.
I fully support.
Mate, I don't mind.
My name is Barack Obama, and I support this message.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mic drop. Who else we got?
Boom! Drop the mic.
We got JC Bricks and Builds. James at JC Bricks and Builds. Hi James, I need to clear my throat 1 second.
Don't forget, folks, if you are in chat and you want to catch our attention, Sai is going to be doing the chat puppying. But if you want to catch my or Colin's attention, specifically, you can do at Model Making Guru or at Festa 67's workshop. That'll put our name in an orange box and we can see it, because we've got our lenses on, we can't really see the chat very well.
Plus they're old and they're blind.
Yeah, there is that as well. But also, don't forget, if you want to really get noticed, if you want your chat comment to not be ignored at all, and you want to help support the channel at the same time, you can do a super chat by pressing the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That will put your comment in a coloured box. There'll be an animation on screen, and it'll make a little noise, and I'll earn some money. So please all do super chats. That'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah. Where was I? Okay, so we're at James. We got the wonderful Wendy Hickson in chat. Hi, Wendy.
Hello, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Hello, love. Glad to see you in.
Hi.
Then we have Andy McLeish. Hi, Andy.
Hello, Andy. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And then, he's had to go at me. He said Chat Hound should hound the chat. Naturally, I want to be Chat Squig, not Chat Puppy. I'm Chat Squig.
Chat Squig.
I've put my phone down.
All right,
my foot down.
On this stream, you'll be Chat Squig, but on a non-Warhammer stream, you'll be Chat Puppy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Can squig is squig a verb? Can you squig the chat?
I can now because we've just made it a verb.
Ooh.
I don't think it's technically a real word, so we can do what we want with it.
You've just verbed it, have you?
Yep, just verbed it. Then we have Joel Grit in the chat.
Hey, Joel.
Hello, Joel.
Nice to see you again.
Don't forget, Si, every time Colin says hello and then a name, like hello Joel, you have to follow up with got a new motor.
Alright.
You won't.
I don't know why, but I will work it out in my own
You
time.
won't get the reference because you don't even know who Alexis Ale is. But never mind, moving on.
Yeah, but don't forget, Si is 111-12 now.
That's true. It's 90-70 billion, isn't it?
How has my age doubled?
Because of the reasons. It's logarithmic. Shut up. Maths is brilliant.
Don't talk to me about maths. I'm a statistician. Come at me, bro.
I always knew there was something off about you.
Then we got Dave in.
I'd like to meet my new boyfriend, Bob. Oh, he's lovely. He's a statistician. Get him out.
Yeah. So I've just decided to rename Dave to Troublemaker Dave's Workshop.
Yeah. Dave.
Hello,
You're
Dave.
my wife now. He does give you a hug. So he.
Wait, hang on.
He says,
Who does he give a hug?
Princess.
Well, he gives you a hug, Foxx. Princess Foxx hug.
Thank you very much, David.
You've just accepted a hug under the pretense of Princess Foxx, so you are now officially a princess.
Have I ever denied?
Absolutely.
Somebody did me a piece of artwork once that said that. So I don't deny being a princess. Yes, I'm a princess. I'm not a diva, but I am a princess. Mm-hmm. I will eat the blue M&Ms though.
And then we have my favourite person of all time, because he is a member of the R2 Builders Club, Jeff from Candygram for Mongo. Insert jingle.
Absolutely.
Insert jingle.
Candygram for Mongo.
Thank you.
It's not a jingle, it's a quote.
Well, it's his little jingle.
It's a quote. Was it a quote from Cy Reynolds, who's very childish and young?
I'm Googling it.
Oh, really?
You're joking.
You are
You're
joking.
Not.
Are you going to tell us?
That is wrong.
He's going to tell us he's never watched it now, isn't he?
You haven't watched the infamous campfire with the baked beans scene?
How about some more beans,
From
Mr.
what?
Taggart? I'd say you'd had about enough.
I've googled it, and apparently it's a rock band, but I've never heard of them.
No,
it's
a
film
quote.
called Blazing Saddles.
If you've never watched Blazing Saddles, have you?
No.
Really? How have you
the
never
campfire
watched
scene?
the Camptown Races sing this song? Dude, oh man.
Foxx, he's getting finger of shame.
He's getting the finger of shame. Hang on.
When was this film made?
1978.
77? 78?
You have to
So
watch it.
So it's 9 years my former anyway.
It doesn't matter because it's one of those films that's legendary that you have to watch.
Yeah.
We have a super chat. Candy Graham has put a $2 super chat in. There you go, and there's a little animation. It says, this is an example of a super chat. This
could
is a
stop-
journey into sound.
You can stop complaining now like you did on Friday. It's not fair, you get all the super chats.
Thank you, Candy Graham from Mongo. Thank you, Jeff. Very kind of you. Please, everybody else, follow Jeff's wonderful example and give me do lots of super chats. You get loads of super chats. I
know, he was having a right old winner and you give him the super chats.
Yeah, you tell him, Jeff. Jeff says leave me alone.
How you can be 78 years old and not have watched Blazing Saddles, young lady, I do not know.
Don't feel
I'm
sorry
sorry,
for
Doris.
Cy, Jeff. He's lulling you into a false sense of security.
It's
mate.
outrageous.
Panzer Cat says you've gone down in his esteem.
Yeah.
I'll watch it tonight. How's that? I'll redeem myself.
It's like saying you've not watched Star Wars.
Well, obviously I've watched Star Wars.
Do you know, somebody actually turned around to me once and said, I can't watch Blazing Saddles, I watched 5 minutes and it's all racist. I went, you're an idiot. You really are an idiot.
I will watch it. You have my promise.
It's a legendary Mel Brooks film.
Okay. I will watch.
There will be written tests.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So I need to know, people, what's in your bench and what's on your bellies. I need full details.
What's on your bellies and what's in your bench? I like that one.
That's
Is
a
that
good
what I
one, isn't
said?
it?
Did you?
That's what I said.
That's what you said. That's what you said, wasn't it?
Well, you know, if you've got food in your bench with a little drawer,
Could
whereby
be.
you can access the food, you know, it sounds like a good deal to me.
Could be.
That may be how I access my snacks, Si. You've got a webcam in here, haven't you?
Yeah. No, Sire's the all-seeing eye. It's this whole different thing.
Absolutely. That's how my snacks are kept, in a little drawer right next to me.
Here is, I will share screen now. Here is my very first art around in paint for 5 minutes. It won't be finished in paint. Idea for a logo.
We are waiting. We are
it's very rough,
waiting.
but it's going to be something like that.
There. Get in there.
But I think I might have to have a squig trying to eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pac-Man squig wins all the way along.
But, yeah.
There's only one thing I would say.
What's that, dear?
How do you spell miniatures?
Like I said, it's 5 minutes.
Okay.
Plus,
Say,
plus it's
also,
Orky, innit?
isn't there a YouTube channel already with Squigmar miniatures? Will
That's
you not get
Squidmar.
confused?
That's Squidmar, dear.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Squidmar. But yeah, I'm aware it's misspelt. Thank you, chat police.
Thank you. But also, what I would do is, before you even commit to that name 100%, and you probably have done it already, but for the love of dog, do your due
Already got
diligence and make sure there isn't something else called Squighammer that would relate to. Make sure
Already
it's...
got it.
Oh, good. Because the last thing you want to do is come up with... I've seen people that come up with a name for it, but make sure it's searchable and things like that.
Well, the other name that I contemplated was Slave to the Grey, but then I thought that Slave and YouTube probably wouldn't go down well. So
Yeah,
But-
probably not contextually relevant.
But
these days,
also
is it?
that would be a really rubbish URL. The thing with
Yeah.
it, the thing that if you want somebody to find your stuff easily and be like recommended, you need to have a simple name that's not too complicated.
Says model making guru.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of went a bit wrong there, but the reason we did that was because we did it when the .guru domain just came in.
Yeah.
So it's modelmaking.guru, you see.
Yeah.
Technically, although I just do modelmaking.com because of all the shenanigans that went down with falling out with people and stuff. But I got the .guru back in the end. But it used to be modelmaking.guru was the website, so that's where that came from. But yeah, I've seen people with like they start a YouTube channel with like 15 different words in the title. It's like, I'm never going to search for that on Google.
No.
And it's also when it comes to branding, it's how does it translate onto, you know, if you wanted to get stickers run, you don't need a 55-syllable handle,
Yeah.
do you? Because
I don't know if I don't know if I want miniatures or if I want Squighammer's Workshop is also quite orky.
I think there's a lot of channels with Workshop.
Maybe.
hey, mate, you can go with what you want.
If you want,
I mean, I've got Workshop.
Yeah.
Dave's got Workshop. There are a lot of them. I mean, about 2 years ago, I even was going to rebrand mine and completely change the name. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could. I mean, don't forget, you could go for Squighammer Minis. You could just go for Squighammer.
I could do. I quite like Squighammer Minis over miniatures.
Yeah,
miniatures is a bit of a mouthful.
Squighammer Minis works, doesn't it?
As we've just found, not everyone can spell miniatures correctly. So,
are you being picky? Police grammar one.
not just me.
He's terrible, isn't he?
I've not seen anyone else in the chat say it.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you mentioned chat police. I thought somebody in chat had called you out as well.
You're the chat police.
You're not in chat.
Spelling police. Woo, woo, woo. Spelling police.
Damn straight.
It's outrageous.
Damn straight. I'm going to correct
So he
people's
tells
spelling.
me off for mispronunciation all the time.
Oh,
Si.
you
It
tart
does my
bag.
head
Outrageous.
I don't know. You're heathens, you know that, don't you?
in. Absolutely.
Philistines, a lot of you. But yeah, it's all about keeping it like you have to come up. You have to think of how is somebody going to search for it on Google. And if you had like some really long drawn out name like, you know, Ted's model making workbench and model painting emporium land world, you'd be like, I'd be falling asleep after the second word. I'd be like, yeah, it's never going to work. I did see someone once. I won't mention any names, but I did see someone once with a URL that included 2 hyphens, and also deliberately misspell words like, you know, like. I don't know, like punks with a Z or whatever, you know, like deliberately misspelling something. And I'm like, how is somebody going to find something that's deliberately misspelled and has 2 hyphens in it? You're never going to get traffic anywhere on Google or anything. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So yeah, it's a good name. Squighammer Minis, Squighammer Miniatures.
Yeah. Squighammer Minis works, doesn't it?
Yeah, you see, I could go with just Squighammer.
Yeah, because then that's not limiting you to miniatures, is it? You could do other things as well. Squighammer could be anything.
Yeah.
Video games, painting, full models, cars.
Well, yeah, don't forget, Si, you have done some shiny as well, haven't you? So
I do like my shiny.
I like me shinies.
I have just seen that Aoshima are doing a Lamborghini Diablo, which is probably my all-time favourite Lamborghini.
yeah.
Ooh.
Which will need to be done at some point.
So with that handle, you're not actually going to limit your content then, are you? So yeah.
Handle.
And
Yeah, handle with an A.
so yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean you've got, you know, don't worry about it. I mean when you first make your channel anyway, it's going to be a while off, so you've got a lot of time to think of a name. But you've got to think about things like that, like what's the future, what do I want it to include, how searchable is it, how similar is it to something else. That kind of thing.
Yeah, there is quite a lot to think about. I think I definitely need to formulate exactly what I want it to be and what I want to do as well.
I would say for Squighammer, the one thing you absolutely want to do if it's available is, apart from registering domains and things like that, is register domains for things like Squidhammer, because somebody will type it as Squidhammer, and if that domain's available. Yeah, you see what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thinking you want to do. You say.
Yeah.
So it's all cool. I like Squighammer. Squighammer
Works, doesn't it?
It's just Orky, isn't it?
Yeah, but you just need to make sure it's not been used before for anything. That's the tricky bit.
Yeah, but I think you've already said that, so haven't you? Done a bit of research.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit, and the channel is made for all intents and purposes, and somehow it's already got 30 subscribers. I don't know how. Probably you lot in chat.
Yeah, it's us lot.
Pretty much it is us lot. You know us, mate.
But, you know, it is a start.
It's a start.
So it might be that I will just upload my my testing stuff and private it, and then just like pop the link in the 24/7 chat, which you can get access to if you're not already by becoming a member of this channel, Festa 67's workshop channel, or a patron of either.
I like that.
And
I
that will also get you access to the 24/7 hangout where we all chill and hang out, and the messenger chat, which we all message each other.
Really good.
He is, isn't he?
That was such a smooth transition. I was quite proud of
Smooth transition.
That has to be the best segue of. Oh mate.
I like that
I'm
one.
impressed.
I do like that one.
But yeah, then if I put the link in there, you lot can give me feedback.
But make sure they're unlisted, not private.
Well,
because private, anyone can find it. So if it's unlisted, there's no way to find it anyway. The only people with the link can see it.
You've just got yourself 100,000 XP.
Mhm.
Because unlike Foxx, I'm not tight with my XP.
I'm not Ted. I give XP out. My XP is very valuable though. I don't subscribe to the theory of willy-nilly.
The Muse, I don't really think Squidhammer is that close to Squidmar.
No, I wouldn't even consider it. Don't even worry about that. It's totally different.
Mean, that's a play on the word Sigmar, not Squig or Warhammer.
Yeah, no, nobody's gonna confuse Squighammer and Squidmar. But I think somebody might hear Squighammer and think it's Squidhammer. So you should definitely register that URL. Although we've just said that now, so somebody's obviously gone and done it already.
Yeah.
In fact, you better go and do it now because we've just said that live on the internet. In fact, you better just go and do all your URLs right. You better change the name to something else now because we've just screwed the pooch, haven't we?
Yeah.
One thing you should never describe in a live show is URLs. Oh well, never mind.
How many likes have we got today? Let's have
a number.
17 so far, 26 watching.
Oh, come on, guys, we can do better than that. Slap that like button. It's how the algorithm
slap
works.
it.
I'm pretty lucky where I've got really fast broadband. I can have the stream showing, and yeah.
Oh, I thought I had a TED button, but I don't have a TED button.
No, you don't, do you?
Well, not on this particular setup, unfortunately. Useless. I do have a TED button. I just don't have it set up on this particular profile, on this particular scene.
He had one simple job side, didn't he?
One job.
Shut up.
One job.
What
are you up to anyway? What are you doing this week, Mr. Foxx?
Me?
Yes, as the host of this stream, you haven't told people what you're doing.
Me? I don't want to talk about anything. If this week goes anything like the last few weeks, absolutely nothing whatsoever. Because I'll tell you for why. And I say this purely to give other people encouragement when it happens to them. I don't mind admitting that occasionally I go through periods when I just have... Not that I don't have any mojo, but even though I don't have any mojo. We all go through periods where we just think, I can't be bothered making a model today or painting, I've got no mojo. It's not that. It's that I can't... This last week, I've just gone through a period where I can't be bothered doing anything. I mean, literally, it's like... I thought, well, I could do some painting, but I'm not really in a painting kind of mood. I could do some. I've got to do some part work stuff, and then I just can't get myself to the bench. And then I'm sitting there thinking, no, all I want to do is just read the internet for hours and hours and hours and hours. And it's just like I'm not even sitting there playing video games. Well, I did a bit of that, but it's one of those things that some of us go through from time to time, and there's no point fighting it. If I'm not in a painting mood, I'm not going to try painting because I'll make an arse of it. Yeah. And if I'm not in any kind of creative mood at all, much as I hate doing nothing, just in terms of mental health and other things, there really is no point pushing these things. It's just like if I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the bench going, it's just not going to happen. I've got to catch up on my part works, but my brain's like, you need to do that. But then it's also like, but I'd rather just read this website about cheese for another 5 hours. What?
Cheese is good though.
Yeah, cheese is good.
I think we've all been there though. You just sometimes you get a little bit burnt out without really feeling burnt out, but you just can't be bothered.
Yeah, and it's not so much that as well, but it's also been I can't be bothered. And I said this to Colin because I haven't spoken to anybody much this week. It's like, it's not that I've been ignoring anybody. It's just like I can't be bothered interacting with people. And it's just, I just want to sit there and veg out on the internet. I've done a bit of Xboxing just to try and do something, but it really is one of those like I can't even be bothered going onto Messenger and hanging out with people because it's just like bleh. It's not a malaise. It's not. I don't know what it is. It's just like bleh. I think I'm just tired, burnt out a bit.
Yeah, don't forget though, you've had a lot of pressures as well with you know, mum and worrying about mum.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to catch up with you, dude. You know, it's one of them. You know, it's
But
that's burn you out every now and then, mate.
But that's the weird thing. Like doing the Friday show, I've got hair on my brush. Doing the Friday show and doing this is good because it gets me to the bench with no option, and I'm enjoying it. So if I've got the choice, I mean, sometimes it's a case of I'll be like, the way this normally works is, you know, if I go through a period where I've got no mojo to come to the bench, I'll be like, I need to do some painting. I'll get up and be like, right, I'm going to do some painting. I've got to paint this, this, and this. Yeah. And then I'm just on the Xbox.
Yeah.
But this hasn't even been that. It's been like, I need to do this, this, and this, but I'm just going to scroll through my 10 lists of 10 websites that I read all day and keep checking for updates. And plus, I'll be perfectly honest, without going into any politics, I have been kind of glued to the news for the last week, which is kind of understandable.
Yeah, I have as well.
I mean, it's one of them though. But it's like I said to you earlier. You know, don't stress on it. You know, if you're sitting there worried about what's going on globally, like,
I'm not stressing about that.
Yourself ill,
No, I'm not stressing about that. That's just more like I'm glued to it because it's you can't not be. I'm not stressed about it. It's, you know, but it's more just like I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's not. I don't really want to get into lots of personal information, but it's just one of them things. I've had enough.
It's not stressful. It's just quite compelling to keep track of.
Yeah.
It's just it's
hard to look away.
Yeah, and I hate looking at the news religiously. I haven't done it all throughout the Velociraptor crisis.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm just compelled to know.
It's the futility of what's happening, Si, isn't it? And the fact that it's impacting so many innocent people. It's all rather futile, isn't it? And it's sad to see. It really is.
It's heartbreaking.
It is.
But
because,
yeah, you know. I think I've looked more at the news in the last week than I probably have in the last 5 years. And that's not an understatement.
But I know what I'm like. If I watch it too much, I will then start overthinking it and it will bring me down because I'm going to be worried about every man, woman and child that's over there, you know what I mean? And
like I can't watch it when the missus is about because she's very much like that. Like, you know, it worries her. So.
Anyway, let's definitely handbrake turn away from that.
Says the person who brought it up.
No, I said at the start. I don't want to get into it, but
yeah,
but you know what I mean. You know. So anyway, it's been an unproductive few weeks. I have to sadly say, which is kind of annoying.
We've got some bench and bellies to read anyway.
Oh yeah, bench and belly.
Oh, bench and bellies always works.
It's a good segue. So Dave put one first.
Dave.
So in his belly, he's got leftover bolognese on a bed of. He's making it sound chefy and like it's from a restaurant. So he's got leftover bolognese on a bed of crinkled chips, 3 Yorkshire puddings, and garlic bread.
Garlic bread?
Nothing. So yeah, sounds pretty good, Dave. Sounds pretty good.
Yep.
Dave Ramsey.
Yep. Dave Ramsey.
With less swearing.
Yeah. Well,
potentially.
Well, yeah, potentially.
Then we have James from JC Bricks and Build. He's got beer battered fish and chips. Shania had fish fingers and chips.
Ooh.
I would be torn between the two. I've got to be honest. I do like fish fingers.
Hello, Shania, if you're watching.
Hi, Shania.
Sorry that we did swears.
And on the bench, he's working on the Tamiya McLaren Senna, which it's an awesome kit, but it intimidates the hell out of me because I'm sure you'll know, even though you don't really do cars that much, Foxx. Most car kits, you get a body shell in a box, a chassis, wheels, etc. But the Tammy has broken the chassis up into body panels, so it's a bit like a Gunpla in the way that door panels, wings, rear quarters, spoilers. It's all separate.
It's all attachable panels, just like the real thing.
Yeah, and granted, it's Tamiya engineering, so it's incredibly well done.
Yeah, but it's Tamiya engineering. If it was Bandai engineering, you wouldn't be so fussed, because it's Tamiya, it's a glue kit. You're like, oh.
Yeah. Plus, that means that you've got to get your paint finish exactly the same across all the panels.
Colour matching all them panels.
Yeah.
Spraying them all in the same direction. Oh, mate. Yeah. Beautiful car, though.
Yeah, definitely. So you're a brave man, James, and I've seen your updates in the 24/7 Messenger, which again, if you've not got access to, you should become a member of this channel.
Brilliant. He really
Colin's channel, or a Patreon of either. It starts from as little as 99p a month.
I think we're gonna have to get Simon a 10-gallon hat.
Yeah.
Come on down to Honest Simon's used chat hangouts.
I'm gonna put Simon on the books, mate.
You can't even buy 3 Freddos this day and age.
Freddo. Oh.
It's outrageous. They're like 35 pence each. So yeah, you can't even get 3 Freddos for as much as your Patreon or channel membership would cost.
Listen to Simon talking like he grew up in the 1970s with his Freddos.
Well, they were still 10 pence each when I was a young whippersnapper. All those 78 million years ago.
Yeah. Chocolate biscuits, chocolate snacks haven't been the same since they got rid of United biscuits.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
United biscuits were the best.
So Max McGinn has got 2 chicken char grills with chips and baked beans. Sounds lovely and simple, but also really tasty. On the bench, he's painting a Tau Cold Star Commander for a replacement. So he's got a Commander Farsight at the moment, and he's replacing it with the Cold Star Commander.
Cold Star sounds like some kind of 80s crappy American hero type cartoon.
It does.
Like G.I. Joe rip-off that wasn't very good.
Sadly, his old commander, so his Commander Farsight, was it Forge World, Max, or was it Failcast?
Failcast, yeah.
It sounds like it fell off a shelf and died. So
with Failcast, it'll be like, there was a molecule of air and it exploded.
Yeah. Right, what else have we got? Andy is telling me that my channel name should be Squig Up.
Squig Up?
That could work. Yeah.
Squig Up?
Squig Up. And in his belly, he's got a homemade stir fry.
Ooh.
Lots of vegetables with bean sprouts and chicken with spicy chili and ginger sauce.
Do you know what really works in a homemade stir fry? And you're gonna absolutely eviscerate for me for this, but you know what really works is if you add it to a stir fry.
You say hot dogs and butter chicken sauce, I will.
No. I mean, while you're frying in the pan, get yourself a Muller corner yogurt and add. If you've got the apricot one, add the apricot bit at the very end. But before you do that, you could put the yogurt bit in, and it just thickens your stir fry a little bit. So if you end up if you don't want to end up with like a watery stir fry, because sometimes you get the vegetables in there and like a litre of water. Hello, Mama Foxx. A litre of water comes out, and you end up with soup. But if you put your yogurt bit in there, and that sounds weird, but it kind of works. It's got to be a big stir fry. If you're only making a little stir fry, you end up with like too much. But if you're making a big one in a big wok,
I will stick to
Hello, Mama Foxx.
Hi, Mama Foxx.
Oh, she heard me.
Mum.
Yeah, I will stick to corn flour for thickening, but you do you, bro.
But at the very end, you add in the apricot bit if it's apricot, and it just adds a little bit of fruitiness to it. Because when I was much younger, and I'd be left in the house by myself, Mum and Dad used to go to the caravan, and I'd be like, what can I make? And of course, being lazy, I couldn't be cooking or anything. So I'd just like, here's some veggies. I'll just make a stir fry. And there you go. You turn the gas on, move things around a bit, eat it. There you go. That's complicated enough for me.
Complicated.
Yeah. Moving things around a bit is as complicated as I want to get.
That's fair. That's fair. So Spiddy says, Spiddy's joined us. Hi, Spiddy.
Hey, Spid.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
He says he's had to meet a couple of model groups recently due to current events flooding the groups with it. Like, it's not bad enough for the folks directly involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that won't happen in the Boom Hut, Spiddy.
No.
As you know, like, if Foxx isn't all over it, I am, and if we're not all over it, then Paul will be all over it. Paul likes to wave the banhammer, so
it's a case of, with things like current events and world affairs and stuff, yes, it's important, yes, we'll need to know about it, but it's a model making group.
Yeah.
It's not, a politics
You go
group.
in the group to escape the real world at the end of the day.
It's taken as read that the people in there have awareness of and things like that.
it's like if someone wants to do, I don't know, a build of a Ukrainian tank in honor, that's fine. But the problem with that is I would probably instantly turn off the comments, message the person that posted it out of respect, and just say, I'm going to mute the comments because it's just going to turn into a political conversation.
People will inflame it.
I mean, not that anybody's going to take any opposing side here, but, it's at the end of the day, it's a model making group. It's about model making. We're not there to talk about. There's plenty of other groups where that is a conversation you can have.
But yeah, I hope I will be keeping an eye for crap like that in the Boom Hut bid. So you will be comfortable in the Boom Hut, but it sucks that you've had to mute other groups.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If at some point the admin staff decided to do something charitable in aid of, then obviously you'd know about it. But even then, other than that, it's just. I mean, it's not a group. That's not what the group's for. We're there for model making, and you don't go into a Nintendo group to talk about world politics. You don't go into a You don't go into a Formula.
We state in all our groups, don't we? No religion, no politics, because they are all inflammatory subjects.
Yeah, and it's taken as read that everybody's aware and everybody's got their own opinions. We just assume that it's not something that needs to be discussed.
No, indeed.
It may be that. We may. Let's just leave it there. Anyway, you get the point. I'm struggling to use proper words while I'm trying to paint at the same time.
It goes without saying that we all of the mods of the Boom Hut are obviously aware of what's happening, and they're aware of it not creeping into the group. Yeah.
We've got one eye on it, put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And the same goes for the 24/7 chat and stuff. That's the safe space.
Yeah.
And if you do happen to go into the hangout and people are discussing it, and you're not comfortable with it, don't just leave. Just ask people to change the subject. No one will get offended, because obviously some people might want to discuss it, and that's fine. We do have some people that used to be in the military, and it might be of an interest to them to discuss, but it won't be to everyone. So do speak up if
no one sets out to upset anyone, but if people are disturbed or not keen on that particular conversation, raise it as a point. They'll understand.
Muse is off. She's got to take the man-child to work. See you later, Muse.
Bye, Muse.
Take care, darling.
Jabella. Did you say hello to Muse in chat, Colin?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
you nagged me for it.
With your finger words.
Yep.
Good.
But yeah, what are you up to this week? I see your war rig has come on a long way, Cole, since I last saw it.
Yeah, I've been filming the Ninja.
Yeah.
I filmed the E-Models build. That's currently sitting on my bench. Hold up, let's clean me paintbrush a sec.
E-Models build, E-Models build, E-Models build. E-Models build, bomb.
Sorry, I was just in the middle of starting priming there.
So it's not just me that talks when people are doing complicated painting things.
Shut up, you tart.
It's my job.
I know, but I
the-
usually get told off because I always seem to interrupt him when he's about to do something very delicate and
Hey,
involved.
Foxx waits till I pick up a paintbrush and then goes, "Oh, show the viewers what you're doing." It's like, yeah. Have you noticed? E-model Suzuki, episode 2.
He's got the pointy finger out.
Pointy
got
finger.
the-
Now, let me put
got
in
the
full
skelly.
screen. Hang on.
Skelly finger going on there. So that's that. Going on.
To reiterate for everyone in chat, if you're not familiar with e-models, if they don't sell it and it comes to model making, you don't need it. So go have a browse of the website.
emodels.co.uk.
He's good, isn't he? He's bang on.
emodels.co.uk. What are they? They are your one-stop shop for
One-stop shop.
all your model making needs.
Yeah. Done the Ninja.
Which looks awesome.
Got a shiny motorbike
That looks
going on
beautiful.
there.
It's beautiful. I don't understand motor. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I did play a little bit of Cyberpunk last night, and I was on a motorbike, and it was like, okay, this is fun.
Deftly polished with the UMP polishing system, and it is brilliant. Look at that. Shinier than the diamond in the goat's ass. So we've been doing that. I've got the Starsky and Hutch Gran Torino over there that's going into paint later. And then let's just move in. On this, I've done a bit of bones. Bit of bones. Bit of horns.
Bit of bones, don't know what that means.
Bit of bones.
King
bit
of the
of
lab.
horns. All magnetised.
Nice.
Because I can. And I'm just done a bit of basing. I've just done a bit of base skin. So yeah, all the base colours going around. I like him because he's got the best Orky Terminator hand. Terminator hand. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to, as well as you could tell, I've been painting bench buddies. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to this week, mate.
I do like the fact that you've applied the classic Games Workshop base shade and highlight to your Citadel water pot.
Oh yeah, look, yeah, that kind of lures you in, doesn't it? That checker lures you in. It's like,
It does. It does.
look at that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Spid. I missed I missed an important Freddo-based comment above from Spid. Is this current? You can get them currently in the co-op, Spid, because he says you can get a pack of 7 Freddos at for £1 at the co-op.
Really?
I mean, I might need to visit the co-op if this is current.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest though. I got the other day. I went into my local Tesco's because I had no choice, and I did purchase for the Mama Fox a couple of Cadbury's Easter eggs. Now, here's the thing. I had some of the chocolate from one of these Easter eggs. I did apply it to my face, with permission, and it was, for some reason, it's a taste. Oh, fell out. Hang on. Oh, one moment. Technical difficulties. Please stand by, like and subscribe.
Any minute now, there
There
he
you
is.
go.
There you go.
Yeah, so I went in and I got Mama Fox a couple of Easter eggs, and I had some of the Easter egg, and it was that flavour of chocolate that I haven't tasted in years.
Yeah.
Proper Cadbury's Easter egg chocolate, and it's like, oh, it's good. That
Yeah,
is.
it's lush, isn't it?
All right, Spid is the biggest flirt in the world as well. He got all the women at work Freddo. What a tart!
He's good.
He's scared he is.
Wow, that's slick moves. That is.
Yeah, that is slick moves.
That's pretty slick moves.
120,000 XP for that Spit.
That's a lot of XP, though. That's a level up, surely.
Yeah, but did he get anything else for it, or is it just he ended up spending money?
Family show.
Yeah, that's why I kept
Family
it.
show,
That's why I kept it vague.
Now, you mentioned cream eggs, so I
No,
need to know.
no, not cream eggs. They're rubbish.
You said cream
I said
egg.
Easter
Did he
eggs.
Did
Easter
he
egg.
not say cream egg?
I said
Cole?
Cadbury's Easter egg.
Oh, no, you said cream egg.
No, I wouldn't say cream egg. Cream eggs are horrible.
The word cream may have been uttered in mistake.
It may have been.
I said Easter eggs.
But still, ignore Foxx because he's old and
Oi.
he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oi,
So, everyone in chat, how do you eat your cream eggs?
I
It's
resemble that.
vital that I know.
Cream eggs are foul. I can't be the only person in the world that thinks that cream eggs are horrible.
I have had one this year.
I
And
don't
as,
know.
Blah, 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 blah.
as you two know, I am trying to lose weight at the moment. So it was a treat.
It was a poor tactical decision was made, I think.
Well, I have pretty much cut all sugar out from my diet, and I tell you what, like, it was so sweet that I was tasting sugar for about a day afterwards. But yeah,
I don't like them.
No, I can't stand them. I can't stand them.
Never liked them.
It's the filling. It's the,
Yeah, I'll have them now,
it's the filling that just
probably, but-
turns me sick. It's horrible.
right. So Paul Di Tommaso, 1, has joined us. Hi,
Yay,
Paul.
Paul.
Hello, Paul. All right, mate.
2, he wants to know what a Freddo is. So a Freddo, Paul, is it's just a small couple of mouthful chocolate bar that's in the shape of a caricature of a frog.
But it's made by
Freddo.
it's made by Cadbury's, and it's
Made by
and
Cadbury's.
it's proper European milk chocolate, not American flavourless cardboard. It's delightful. I don't know what they have in Canada though. I don't know what's Canadian chocolate like, Paul.
Yeah, because I know.
Probably continental French chocolate. In
Yeah,
Canada,
because
isn't it?
American chocolate's horrible, but you know, I don't know.
I'm
what
pretty
Canadian
sure
chocolate's like.
Paul can get access to Cadbury's because he's just said that he enjoys cream eggs. But I
Ooh.
wonder if they're cream eggs made in the UK that are exported or not.
Because I'm pretty sure that like even in the US, Cadbury's is still different.
It's like if you have a Dr Pepper in America, it's a lot more sugary than the ones you can buy in the UK because we have to substitute over here, don't we?
Yeah, I know. So my partner's got family that live out in Australia,
Yeah.
and whenever they visit home, or whenever someone sends them a care package, we have to send them a ton of Cadbury chocolate because apparently in Australia specifically, there's lots of additives in chocolate so it can survive the environment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's very different to English chocolate.
I mean, I will admit that I don't know if it applies to Tim Tams. I have had Tim Tams. Is the only Australian chocolate I've had, and it doesn't taste like milk chocolate. It has a slight, you know, like you get proper European milk chocolate like Cadbury's, like we have, and then you get the sort of petrol station Lindt chocolate, which doesn't taste as nice as Cadbury's. It's kind of like cheap chocolate.
Yeah.
And I don't know why anybody likes Lindt because it's like supposed to be really classy, but you buy it in petrol stations and it tastes worse than normal chocolate. But it's like Tim Tams kind of taste a bit like they look like a penguin, but they've not got that deep flavour like a penguin biscuit. There's something missing. It's like there's a little bit missing. If it was a piece of music, there'd be a little bit of bass and there'd be a little bit high end, but there'd be no medium range frequency. There's something missing. It's a bit European rather than British chocolate.
I tell you what, Ipswich has recently got actually, Paul, that I'm sure you'll be more familiar with. Ipswich has just got a Tim Hortons. You know the Canadian.
We've got one of them around us. What do they do?
It's coffee and donuts and stuff like that. Basically.
We've got one of them near us. I always wondered. I thought it was Australian for some reason.
No, it's I'm sure. Is it Canadian, Paul? I'm sure it's Canadian, because their logo is inside a maple leaf.
I mean, pretty much most of the best things are Canadian. So
yeah, man. So Spiddy likes cream eggs, but feels sick after eating them. I was very similar the other day, Spid. They're just so I'm losing weight by I create a food diary every day which tracks how much sugar I'm eating and stuff. And by golly,
and gum.
Well, I didn't want to say by God because some people that offends some people.
Hang on. No, we're not America. We can say by God.
Okay, by God.
I don't mind insulting made-up sky ninjas.
Sky people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was literally. It was 24 grams of sugar in one cream egg, and you're not meant.
Wow.
All of the health organisations in the world.
That seems slightly illegal.
Yeah, they suggest that you don't eat more than about 12 grams of sugar a day.
What is your suggestion? We just suggest that you don't. Just don't.
Yeah.
A bit unspecific. So yeah, just don't.
Tim Hortons is Canadian. It's named after a NHL player. Now, NHL is ice hockey, right?
National Hockey League, yeah.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, was his name Tim Horton?
Yeah, could be. And Paul says there's a shop near me called Across the Pond they import all kinds of UK goods. So, so you the Cadbury's you can get hold of is probably
Proper decent.
proper Cadbury's.
Not offensive rubbish Cadbury's, yes. Right, I need to go and clean my water out because it's got metal flakes in it. I shall be back in a moment.
Yeah, no worries.
And a moment.
Are we going to time him?
1, 2, 3. But yeah, I guess I guess there is a distinct reason why they say things like cream eggs should be a once in a while treat. But 24 grams of sugar really did shock me.
Yeah. It's funny,
kind of insane.
The conversation we was having before we went live. You know, my missus, she has to look at all the food labels, you know, because of the diabetes. And like she was saying, she said it's so difficult to find stuff that isn't got shed loads of sugar and this, that and the other. It's a nightmare. Well,
sugar's in so many things now.
Yeah.
So I look at all the food labels, and I often think it must look quite funny. A very big man in terms of obesity, like myself, looking at labels, nutritional labels in the supermarket must raise a few eyebrows. Yeah. And then I get to the till, and I've basically just bought vegetables. But you know, the missus was visiting the in-laws a few weekends ago, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just when I'm cooking for the missus, I can cook a full-blown meal from scratch, because cooking for someone else makes food more enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I couldn't be bothered really to cook a completely from scratch meal, so I was like, I'll just have a look at a couple of ready meals. And the amount of like sugar and artificial colorings and stuff in ready meals, it was horrendous.
It's like salt in cereal. You think like a cereal, like a box of whatever, would be a healthier thing, but it's not. It's got so much salt in cereals.
Sugar.
Yeah, I was trying to go on a low fat, low salt diet for health reasons for a while ago, and it was like I just want some cereal, but I can't. It's all like in the end, I had to go and get like a box of oats to make porridge because cereals are like 99%.
Porridge is awesome, and oats are awesome as well because they're really like low glycemic index, so they're one of the slow burning carbs. But
yeah, it was like, but then I'd make the mistake of like putting a big dollop of honey in it. So it's nature's sugar. Nature's sugar.
Well, it is nature's sugar, and like there's
but
nothing wrong with sweetening porridge.
Well, that was fine until someone destroyed my teeth, and then I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. I can't believe Colin suggested that you do that super sour challenge.
I know, it's terrible. It's bad now.
I don't get the blame for that.
Quite easily, thank you.
Because I assigned it. I used to love Crunchy Nut cornflakes. Other cereals are available. And I was looking at them quite recently, and in 30 grams of, which is the recommended bowl of cereal, which doesn't even coat the sides of a normal size cereal bowl. 30 grams is nothing. 30 grams has got 11 grams of sugar in. 30 grams of it's insane.
Well, it's all the salt as well. It's the ridiculous amounts. You wouldn't think there'd be. You'd be like, why is there salt in cereal? But there is. There's tons of it.
Well, there's 0.23 grams of salt, and if you consider how fine a grain salt is, that is a huge amount of sodium to put in cereal. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, but yeah.
And this is why all the children today are blind.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of them.
You know, it's so frustrating. You know, I mean, my poor missus. It's good that she likes browsing round shops and that, you know, and all of that lot, but she said it's so difficult. She said in the end she went and spoke to one of the assistants there. She said a woman sort of looked like she knew what she was on about. Said, you know, shopping for a diabetic. Oh yeah, right. She said, you know.
Yeah, it's like
it is
the
difficult.
missus. Ever since the missus had the Velociraptor,
Yes.
She appeared to she always used to get bloated after eating gluten.
right,
so
yeah.
we did a bit of research, and supposedly it is a symptom of the long velociraptor
Yes.
in that you can form a gluten intolerance.
Yeah.
So we now buy like gluten-free pasta, gluten-free bread and stuff, and the price of the gluten-free stuff is absolutely it's insane. I can understand why, because it needs its own production line, and that obviously comes with a large cost, especially when not as many people are buying it. But when you're looking at £3 for 4 bread rolls, that's painful.
It's like the minute they put organic or healthy eating or whatever, it's like they're penalising you for having an ailment, aren't they? At the end.
Do you know the irony with organic food though? Is organic food is actually less environmentally friendly, and it's the only people think, oh, if it's organic food, it's more healthy because it's got less pests. It's like, no, the only reason it's organic is because it's there's less restrictions. They can use. You'll find they don't use all the pesticides that other manufacturers do. Instead, they use other things that are just as harmful, like various things like copper and zinc and things. They still have to use pesticides. They just don't use ones from. They use. It's hard to explain, but you're paying more money for something that's just as unhealthy as non-organic. It's a big scam.
Yep.
Still leaves the same carbon footprint.
Yeah.
If like not a bigger one.
The stuff they put on the organic food to make it, to protect it from pests is just as harmful. But, hey.
Yeah.
People have this idea that organic food's all like nice fields and traditionals. It's like, no, it's just as bad. It's just they're not using things that are made by big pharmaceutical corporations.
Yeah.
They're not using established pesticides.
Spitz has just made an incredibly good point. That putting organic on a food package is a bit like branding something as model making.
Yeah.
Like
the minute you put hobby knife, instead of ordinary knife. Yeah.
Well, if you look at the price of the Games Workshop scalpel, other brands of scalpel are available. I think it's like £18.
That's ridiculous.
When you can get a Swan and Morton handle, which I know you've got one. Colin, I'm sure you've probably got one as well, and most of us have probably got one. Yeah,
I use them ones.
Yeah, you can get one of those and 100 of the Swan and Morton blades for less than £18.
Oh,
and I think the GW one comes with 3 blades.
All their tools are vastly overpriced, ridiculously so.
Oh yeah,
that's a prime example, isn't it? The minute you put GW or Citadel on a product, mad.
It's almost like the Apple tax. It's the model making equivalent. I think we're quite lucky in that, like the Abteilung 502 oils and stuff. They're not too expensive in terms of oil paint. You can get cheaper oil paint, but the price is justified for things like Abteilung 502.
Oh yeah, because of the quality of it and the pigments is
and
it's there and it's made for models.
They are going to you are going to have them for many years because you don't use that much.
Well, especially you when you bought like 50 million tubes of it, so no one else could acquire it.
Silence.
Foxx was responsible for the Starship filth. Shame on you.
You realise you just said in a sentence Foxx is responsible. That's just the worst thing. This is the most untrue thing you've ever said in your entire life.
All of us fellow modelers that couldn't get it because you panic bought Starship filth. You was no better than a toilet roll holder.
I am many things, but responsible is not
brutal,
one
I
of them.
say.
Ouch.
Do you think I've shamed him? He don't care.
I have no shame. I've got a drawer full of Starship filth. You think I've got shame?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I haven't got any shame, but I have got a drawer full of Starship filth. Woo!
Jeff at Candygram for Mongo ponders, is salt organic? I don't know.
Salt is salt is organic. It's natural. You get it from the ground.
Isn't it?
It's a naturally occurring crystal. Well, you can make it artificially, but it's just salt. There's no sodium chloride.
I think things like generic table salt might be
Yeah, that's refined,
Synthetic.
machined, and synthetic, isn't it?
Whereas things like molten sea salt you can get everywhere is relatively organic in the
But
fact that
it doesn't matter. It's salt.
well, yeah. But what I'm saying is it's processed, but in a way that maintains its organic properties.
Yeah. There's absolutely
Whereas-
no benefit at all to organic farming methods.
No.
No benefit at all.
Dave says that I should try wholemeal bread, pastas, or rice. Yeah, we've see. I love
like
a good
wholemeal
seeded
pasta.
loaf, and I like wholemeal pasta, but she still got incredibly bloated. Like literally, she'd have a bowl of pasta and she'd look 3 to 6 months pregnant. It was insane.
Yeah, don't agree with her, bless her. Sounds like she's got a very high intolerance to it, mate.
Yeah. Thankfully, like the gluten-free pasta isn't too expensive.
Yeah.
Like you can get a 500-gram bag of gluten-free pasta for about 60 pence. So it's only about 10 pence more expensive than the normal bag of pasta.
Is that like it's celiac disease, isn't it? The lactose intolerance.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No. Gluten-free or gluten intolerance is celiac, which is what she's got.
Yeah.
Lactose intolerance is
Milk intolerance.
Yeah, and so it covers things like cheese and.
Yeah.
If she was lactose intolerant, I would have an issue because cheese is the god's food.
Yeah, that's the way I struggle because of cheese.
The funny thing is that with lactose intolerance, those that are not lactose intolerant are actually, excuse me, we're actually evolving. Excuse me, we're actually evolving into a lactose tolerance
Yeah.
because up until 1,000 years ago, everyone was lactose intolerant. A couple of thousand years ago, that was human nature. Humans weren't designed to be tolerant of it. It's only over the last couple of thousand years or so that we've started developing a tolerance to it. It's evolution in action, there, dudes.
There you go. See, we're learning things.
Yeah. Yep. It's an
Learning,
ability that we are
learning.
evolving as with when humans started. That's the weird thing, because when humans started drinking like animal milk, we weren't designed to process animal milk, but obviously there must have been a small number of people that were tolerant to it. And over the millennia, we've slowly developed tolerance. So that's why you still get intolerant people now. They're not as evolved.
Good.
No, they are. You know what I mean. No.
But I can't type in room chat. My brain.
Salt has no organic elements, no carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus or sulfur, so is it possible for it to be organic? He makes a good point. It's not organic, technically, because it's a mineral. Salt is a mineral. It's not an organic. You can't have organic salt because it's not biological. It's a mineral. So yeah, salt. There's no such thing as organic salt. It's you either crystallise it out of water or you don't.
A quick Google foo is it cannot be certified as organic because it is a mineral.
Yeah, it's not an organism. It's not an organic thing. It's a mineral. The only way you can make salt is to evaporate it out of a fluid like water. So there's no. You can clean it. You can add stuff to it, but I don't know how you want to. Excuse me.
Oh, burpularity.
The thing that people that make salt do is they don't say organic. They say it's sea salt.
Yeah.
You know what makes me laugh though? You know what makes me laugh when and it makes me look at somebody and think you're a moron. Is when somebody says, "I don't want chemicals in my food.
Oh god.
I don't like chemicals," and I'm like, everything.
We've got a bad joke of the day, guys. Bad joke of the day.
Go on.
So Spiddy was in a calf last week. He was awaiting his breakfast.
Yep.
An empty plate arrived. He went to the counter banging and screaming like, "Where is my breakfast?" Turns out he was lactose intolerant.
Good man. You can have that for putting up with all the bad puns earlier, Spid.
Worst joke of the week. Worst joke of the week.
Yeah, so somebody said to me, I don't like chemicals. I'm like, well, you're clearly a moron then. I like organic food. It's not got chemicals in it. I think you need to go back to school.
Yeah.
Because Yeah.
Yeah.
She was also into. She was
Re-education on
well. She was
our
also into homeopathy, which means she absolutely was a moron anyway. So.
Oh, there you go then.
Right, guys, in chat, this is your 15-minute warning from me because I'll be off at 7 to cook dinner.
Oh.
So if you want anything in chat written out, then type it before I go because otherwise it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, we're not going to see it, are we?
But yeah, how is it already 6:45?
I don't know. How is it that I've never realised that pallid witch flesh is a bloody horrible paint to use?
In what manner?
It's just nasty and streaky and rough and patchy, and I can't get a smooth finish on it at all.
Oh,
It's horrible. I'm having about 3 coats so far, and it still looks patchy as hell and horrible and bitty.
Like biblical ass, does it?
Yeah.
What is it meant to be a base? Is it a layer?
It's a layer.
Well.
But it's still.
Yeah.
I've mixed in some white scar with it as well, but it's just horrible. Even normal layer paints by now, you'd have at least. It's just horrible. Don't like it.
Next time, I would say base it in Rakar flesh.
Yeah. Yeah. Just need
I've never really used it as a paint, to be honest.
No. I mean, I would be putting a wash over it, but it's just horrible. It looks like a bad paint job, even though it's not.
Mm.
It's not a bad paint job, it's my paint job.
So, Spid would like me to read out that co-op butternut squash open ravioli is very nice. 8 out of 10, highly recommended.
Wait, what's open ravioli? Is that lasagna?
What is open ravioli? Is it just a dollop of butternut squash puree on a bit of pasta?
Because if you have open ravioli, you've got a flat piece of pasta and then some stuff on the top. It'd just fall off, so it'd just be. That's what? That's like
I've googled it.
That's like having an open Chinese dumpling. It's just a pile of stuff and some meat next to it. It's just. If it's open, how does it keep the? Just nonsense.
Oh, it's co-op. I've got to enter my postcode to see if it was available in my area. Which it isn't.
Do you sell this product? Well, we can tell you, but we need all your personal details first. How about buy?
Oh, it even looks posh, Spid. Even the container for it looks swanky.
Look at the swankularity.
We would like to point out that Foxx was
shaking my paint.
Yeah, I really did sound wrong, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, this is the product description. Open ravioli with butternut squash and mascarpone, served with roasted butternut squash and tomato, and a garlic sauce. So it's basically a lasagna.
Open ravioli, my arse. Yeah, because it's a sheet of that with some stuff on top. It's not.
And even Spaders said open ravioli is clearly posh for a bit like lasagna.
God, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry, co-op trying to be posh. Come on now.
£3. Do you want to see it?
No, because it'll make me hungry.
I don't know that it will. It doesn't look overly. It doesn't look overly advertised.
Go on then. The thing is, doesn't matter what it is when you get it. When you get it, it'll be in a little plastic tub that you stick in the microwave or the oven, and it'll be like fill half of it, and it'll just be rubbish and taste like bland.
This is what it looks
Ow!
like.
I banged my desk.
Shakies.
No, I banged my desk with my knee because I was crossing my leg or uncrossing my leg.
Oh, did I share my whole screen?
No, don't do that. Don't share screen, share window or something.
I thought I had. Now I have. This is what it looks like, apparently.
Oh.
That looks just like... Oh, yeah, it's got that kind of frozen meh look to it.
Yeah, and you can see where it's like a sheet of pasta over a saucy type thing.
Open ravioli, my arse.
If your arse looks a bit like an open ravioli, so you should go and see a doctor.
Yeah, I would. I'd need some surgery on that.
You need immediate hospitalisation.
Open ravioli. What a load of rubbish.
Open ravioli.
That's like putting a slice of lime in the top of your beer bottle. It's just poncy nonsense.
We didn't go quiet then because that's something we do, by the way.
No. So Spid points out that he once watched a show where a chef made a deconstructed Kranakin, the laziest dessert ever, considering you lob raspberries, cream, and toasted oats with a splash of whiskey together. Deconstructed Kranakin. Oh my God.
I don't even know what Kranakin is.
Well, from the sounds of it, it's raspberries, cream, and it sounds like toasted oats with cream and raspberries.
So basically, it
sounds a bit like a cold porridge,
or
like overnight oats.
It's muesli.
Yeah.
Oh, muesli! I've not had muesli for ages. Ooh. See, when I was looking for healthy, like snacky stuff, when I was supposed to be on my healthy diet, I was looking at muesli because I thought, well, muesli's all right. It's nice and chewy and lumpy, and it fills a gap, and it's healthy. No, they're all made of salt as well. I couldn't find a healthy muesli anywhere. I was like, oh God.
Well, if you want a healthy muesli, you just bung some oats in a tub with some dried fruit and call it done.
Yeah.
It's your own, isn't it?
I really wanted even less preparation than that. Literally just open the box, pour it out, put it into my face. But hey. Did
I pronounce it correct, Spid? Is it pronounced Kranakin?
I thought that was Darth Vader's first name.
Because I don't know. To me,
20 XP.
It's spelt Krana-chan, but that didn't sound right because it's spelt Kran-a-chan literally. So I guessed. But he did say that the foil container is quite large for the open ravioli, and it tasted even better for being reduced. But yes, and he points out that Kranakin is normally traditionally cream, summer berries, and toasted rough oats.
It's like calling a shepherd's pie a deconstructed pasty. It's just rubbish. It's a shepherd's pie.
Deconstructed pasty.
I tell you what I do like that is Scottish is kedgeree. Do you know what kedgeree is?
Is that like a rice and vegetables or something? Or
so it's rice and curried haddock with some egg.
I quite like the sound of that, although it sounds a bit catastrophic.
It's traditionally a breakfasty thing,
Yeah.
but it is very tasty.
Do you know what a traditional breakfast I've not had for a very, very long time?
Kippers.
Kippers, yeah. Kippers.
Never tried kippers.
How did I know that? But yeah,
kippers. I don't know how you knew that, but you knew that, and that was cool.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? I love kippers.
That is very true. Max McGinn points out that he sometimes watches How To Basic, and he pretty much makes tutorials on how not to make food. That's very true.
Hang on, How To Basic. What? I don't make sense. I watched. What's How To Basic?
So, How To Basic is a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
And he posts videos that start like he's making something normal, and then the next thing you know, he's fisting a chicken with mustard all over his feet.
Why is it called? I don't understand. How To Basic. That makes no sense. What?
That's just the channel name. He's got okay. millions upon millions of subscribers.
Oh, so I hate him anyway then.
Yeah, apparently I've fallen even further out of Panzer's esteem.
Is it one of these channels that's actually got any talent, or is he just a moron?
No. His talent is just making videos that make you want to puke, but for some reason people watch them.
Oh, so he is a moron. Okay, not worth watching.
That also has more
Andy,
subs
Andy,
than us.
that hurts. Andy McLeish asked Panzer how that's even possible. That hurts, Andy. That hurts.
Wait, what? Why have you dropped even further in esteem?
Probably because I've never tried kippers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're only young, aren't you? It's an old man's food. There you go.
I am only young. Yeah, I am.
Do you feel better?
I am 94.
Yeah,
exactly.
Imagine having never tried a kipper, says Panzer.
I don't need to imagine it, Panzer, because it's a life I live.
It's his. It's the way he rolls.
I think you would enjoy kippers.
Hey, was that a fat joke? That is mean.
No. Honestly.
Brutal.
That was mean.
Yeah.
You see this, guys?
If I meant it as a fat jack, I would have posted a picture of the rolling raccoon as well.
Oh.
What, with Limp Bizkit rolling playing in the background.
Did you? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say I've ever heard Limp Bizkit, and I wouldn't admit to having ever heard it. So you've just gone down in his esteem even more. Limp Bizkit.
What's wrong with Limp Bizkit?
Backwards baseball cap nonsense.
I wear backward baseball caps all the time. Thank you very much.
You're just digging and digging, aren't you?
Snob, isn't he?
You're digging even deeper.
He's a snob that puts
really are.
in bolognese.
Yeah.
It's okay for him to walk around in a greatcoat and a mullet because
I've got a
he thinks
mullet.
that's no, back in the day when you had a mullet.
I didn't have a mullet. I had a ponytail. Everything was long. It wasn't just the
Exactly.
It wasn't a mullet. I didn't have the short sides. I didn't look even slight.
Didn't you have a peroxide streak through your long mane of flowing locks looking like a skunk?
Talking of which, 2-hour warning.
2-hour alarm. 2-hour alarm.
2-hour alarm.
Yeah, I'll get a stand. But yeah, I'm sure there was some kind of bad hairstyle you
I had a white streak at the front, a skunk stripe.
There you go.
Didn't have a mullet. I had just long hair.
That stern denial and vehement denial must mean there must have been mulletness there.
No,
because you're embarrassed by it.
No, I had long hair. All the hair was of equal length. It was a long hair. It wasn't a mullet. There was no German side, shaven side type stuff going on. It was just all long.
I went through a summer where I dressed very similarly to Don Johnson.
Yeah, I went through that as well.
Rolled up jacket sleeves and
Yeah, I went through that phase. I was still at school. I've got an excuse. I was still at school though. So you're a grown-up adult. You've got no excuse.
You grew up in the era of like mods and all that jazz and punk. I grew up in the age of emo and new metal. So
wait, Colin grew up in the 1950s. He's not that old.
Well, you are.
I'm not.
Well,
Simon grew up with Jedward. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, that explains everything.
Easy, son. I grew up with Slipknot and Korn and Limp Bizkit and good music.
You know what?
God,
I probably feel better admitting to Jedward than Slipknot, Korn, and Limp Bizkit.
That was a swift rebuttal of Jedward there. So that obviously a nerve was tweaked.
Yeah, because
somebody here had Jedward hair, didn't they?
Yeah,
I think
you did.
That's like being associated with liking ABBA.
A lot of people do like ABBA.
Everyone says they don't like ABBA, and yet you put an ABBA song on,
everyone
in the room tapping their feet.
There is at least ABBA have musical talent. You can't deny that ABBA were talented and are a talented musical group.
Easy, son.
Your love of Jedward, Si. What age was you when this started? Was you still a young child, or
were you still a young 22-year-old, or?
Listen.
I reckon in your playlist.
I have a wide and varied musical taste.
If he says eclectic, he's lying.
Which includes the likes of ELO, but also
ELO's acceptable.
It includes the likes of Tool and Slipknot and Placebo, and you can mock me all you want, but that's my musical taste, and that's just it.
He's not going to mock you much.
No, but somewhere in your iTunes library is no doubt Jedward or Rick Astley.
No, it's genuinely not. However, I did learn the other day that someone has rendered Never Gonna Give You Up in 4K. So now you can rickroll people in 4K.
He does have a secret. He does have a secret AHA folder. And I think there might be a little folder for Deacon Blue in there as well.
I hate you, but I don't even know what Deacon Blue is. What is Deacon Blue?
It's the right answer.
You're showing your age there, Foxx.
I only because my friend liked Deacon Blue. I couldn't stand it.
Your friend is a fan.
Was.
Yeah. But yeah, I grew up in the age of well, no, I was like 20 when Jedward.
So you know who Jedward are. So you're admitting that you're aware of them.
Cy Reynolds is the Anton Deck generation. There's no hope for him.
But the thing is, Cole. The thing is, you know who Jedward are as well to know the name Jedward.
I do know who Jedward
so yeah, I know that they are two incredibly annoying Irish gentlemen that should be shot. But
they should have been removed from society many years ago.
I grew up when Limp Bizkit released like Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavoured water. That's a brilliant album.
I don't know what any of these words mean. Not just
Well,
random
chocolate
nonsense.
starfish, you know.
No, I
think
mean,
about that
I know. I'm just saying this is. I'm throwing the
Educating Foxx.
I'm throwing the bones thing out and saying I don't know what any of that means. Watch Bones, you'll understand.
I've watched Bones.
Then you understand.
I understand now you've mentioned it, but I didn't get it instantly.
I don't know what
I
that
thought
means.
you were just being old.
No.
Yes, they
trying
did.
to think what
Disturbed.
the worst record would be on the iPhone list.
There is a band called Disturbed, and there is an excellent cover of a song called "The Sound of Silence."
Oh, it's a brilliant version, isn't it?
That is an absolutely amazing cover. Yeah,
I have that on my iPhone, mate, on my tunes.
you've redeemed
On your
yourself.
tunes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Disturbed Sound of Silence is brilliant.
The lead singer of Disturbed used to be a lecturer of English. I wish I'd gone
really?
to his lectures. I can't remember the university, but it was I think it might have even been Leicester.
If you ever get a chance and you haven't seen it, Google it and watch the video. It's such a passionate performance.
A friend of mine went to Leicester University. Well, she studied sociology, so it was a waste of a degree.
Yeah, that's an excellent cover indeed. It's been absolutely excellent.
Oops, knocking the camera.
Well, we got onto the topic of heavy metal when I was getting mocked, which is not normal, really, is it, Andy, at all? Because I never get mocked by these two.
It's an interesting day when the mockery turns on to Simon and away from Simon actually doing the mockery, because normally Simon's leading the call to mock.
Well, that's outrageous. Last week it was all about mocking Si.
No, what I'm saying is that when we're mocking you, it means you're having a low productivity day, because normally you're the one leading the charge.
Well,
I can't recall this mockage of you that happened last week, to be honest with you. I thought we was rather good.
That's because you're old, Cole. You know.
I'm pretty sure you're probably just mocking me.
Yeah, you're quite correct there, Si. I am the oldest in here.
But also the best.
Oh, thank you.
Oi.
1,500,000,000,000,000,000 XP.
Wait, no, because that means I'll level up and be like 187.
No, you're now in age is getting deducted mode because you said a nice thing.
Okay, nice.
So
Max,
you're only 31.
see, Max likes to stay.
Well, as the host of this show, I shall just mute someone's microphone. There you go. Now we can't talk now.
Oh. You went there. You muted the Squig Master.
You've got to be tactical with who you insult. You know, insult the co-host, but the host is always a bad idea.
Well, it's not really, because I'm your chat pup, so you know you need me.
I thought you were a chat squig.
Well, did chat squig, chat pup?
You're so fickle. You just can't decide, can you?
Max, do you listen to Tool as well? Because if you don't, you need to go and listen to a song called Pneuma by Tool right now. It's like the best song ever made. Even Foxx would like it.
What, Tool?
Yeah. A song called Pneuma by Tool.
I think I have heard some Tool in my time.
It's excellent. They've been around for donkey's years, like 30 years. You probably have heard some Tool.
In my collection of music, there is some Soundgarden and some Pearl Jam, here and there.
Well, there you go. You know? You were mocking me for liking a bit of metal. Outrageous. Anyway, I need to go and make dinner because I have a hungry... before I do that, Paul DiTomaso has just said, check out a channel called Frog Leap Studios.
Will do, mate.
I am well aware of Frog Leap Studios and his crazy antics. He has done some awesome metal covers, though. Yeah, great channel.
Hang on, are we being left alone with the chat now?
I know, it's going to degenerate, isn't it?
Oh,
I need to make dinner.
No, that's all right, mate. Always a pleasure, Si. Loved your other half as well, mate.
Yep, thank you for coming along, buddy, as always.
That's okay.
Doing the important reading bits.
I will see you on Friday night for the frolic.
Yeah.
Yay!
And remember, folks, make sure you give the stream a like. Just help promote it.
Absolutely.
I will check how many we've got.
23, mate.
Right, calm down. Oh yeah, 23 and 21 watching. Good job, guys. Good job. But yeah, bye guys.
Bye.
I'll catch you next week.
Like and subscribe.
Missing
Like
you
and
already.
subscribe. See you later, babe.
Bye. See you later, babe.
Oh,
Bless him.
bless him.
Yes.
Yeah, we're really sorry, chat. You're left with us two useless pillars.
Yeah, so you get none of you, so you really will have to like do that at model making guru or at Festa 67's workshop. But the chances that we'll see it are minimal because I'm painting tiny things.
I shall have a looky-loo in a sec.
Yeah.
Bad, didn't we?
We are pretty bad.
It's that sense of foreboding, isn't it? It's like, don't leave us, Si. Don't leave us.
Sense of 4 boding and 5 boding. Oh, all the boding.
Yeah. Don't leave us alone in charge of the chat.
It's all gone wrong. Ah.
Yeah. What do we do now then, Foxx? Do we read stuff out? I don't know.
I don't know. Unaccustomed to public speaking as I am.
It's all alien to us.
I know. I'm painting these hatch covers and I'm just making a complete balls of them. It's one of those things where until I get the weathering on, they're going to look like absolute garbage, and I'm just getting disheartened by them.
Yeah.
And I know people can't see because I'm actually off
Andy
camera.
McLeish says at Festa 67's workshop, you're not useless, ... At Model Making Guru, on the other hand.
Oi. I resemble that remark.
I know. Scary. Oh, bless you. We have our uses. Quite what they are, we're yet to determine, isn't they, mate?
I have no idea what my uses are. Painting these handles is not one of them. God. Yeah, these hatch covers are like, it's not going well.
Absolutely.
They'll come out good in the end, but it's not going well.
Yeah.
The kind of thing where it'll look like garbage until it gets weathered.
It's always the way, though, isn't it?
Yes. I chose poorly with my colours. I should have gone for green. Green always looks better.
Yeah, we can't always get it right, mate.
I've got the windmills of my mind in my head now.
Oh, have you?
Because Si mentioned The Sound of Silence, and that's a totally different song, but it seemed to trigger the windmills of my mind for some reason.
Yeah, it's a good cover. I must admit, I do like that cover of it.
That's the way my brain works. You mentioned a song. I think a completely different song. Welcome to my
yeah, but
brain.
then it becomes an earworm then, doesn't it?
Earworm. Do you know what earworm is in German?
No.
Ohrwurm, which may translate as earworm.
Oh, there you go then.
Ohrwurm.
Right, Festa's learnt German.
Dark Reaper. La 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 la. Andy McLeish earlier on said, "Oh, you went there. You actually went there. You misfit." I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know. I think it's because we was picking on Si, weren't we?
Yeah. So you like Andy McLeish's playlist that he just popped up?
Oh, Moat Red, yeah, FFDP, Megadeth, Owlstorm, Battle Beast, Beast in Black, Miracle of Sound, Golden, yeah. That's his chilled out list. Josh is in from Rise Down Design saying hello.
Hello. Why do you ever get like heavy metal bands with delicate names like Fluffy Bunny and stuff? Why are they always called like Death Beast Laser Kill Death?
That's the whole point, isn't it? It's supposed to be, sinister, isn't it?
Yeah, but aren't they trying to be alternative? So being called like Fluffy Bunnykins, but being a metal band would be more alternative, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, I suppose so, but it's, I don't know, one of them, isn't it?
I'm quite literally hating every minute of painting these hatches.
Oh, are you?
Yep. Just none of the paints are behaving. I know it'll come together in the end.
Yeah.
But I'm hating every minute of it.
Yeah, it was pimping your interview that you'd done with your friend Josh the other day, the guy with the big moustache. Best model making moustache, mate. These mates got. Oh, it's brilliant.
Hang on, whose interview? What?
Josh at Risdom Design.
Oh, right. So
a fella on his channel, and he had the best moustache ever, mate. Proper walrus whiskers, mate. They were. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Sound of that.
Oh yeah, proper man's taste.
Always up for a bit of epic face furniture.
Oh yeah. Yeah, mightily impressed. Charlie Mac, that was it. Charlie Mac, yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Really good interview. Very interesting characters. And yeah, easily the winner of the most epic moustache ever.
Mm.
I'm going to have to put the picture up in a sec because it is good face whiskers, and you need to see it in all its glory.
I'm always impressed by a good bit of face furniture.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I mean, I thought I'd just seen all the impressive whiskers until I'd seen this one. I'll have a look for it on my group, mate.
See, I wanted to grow the epic moustache and face stuff, but unfortunately, my love of noodles just got in the way.
Yeah.
My love of noodles and messy burgers.
Pot noodle gate with my beard when it was quite long, and it was like,
Yeah.
a proper ZZ Top beard I'd like.
Diddly bomb.
It's just down there somewhere. There it is.
How do you strip paint off something when it's already attached to the model?
Absolutely. Let's You ready?
Hang on, I'm just painting a bit. One sec.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
I need to get this handle done before my paint dries up. Dark Reaper just... For some reason I put Dark Reaper on me not dry on me dry palette. I don't quite know why I did that. Idiot.
I don't know, he had one simple job, folks. One simple job is all he had.
I made a right arse of this. It's horrible.
Yeah, but can always go over it with a...
Yeah, I'll just go over it with green.
Yeah.
If desperate. Show me with my eyes.
Right, you want to see epic whiskers? Look at that.
Oh, get in.
Brilliant, isn't they?
That's the kind of face furniture that demands a motorbike somewhere in the building.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's Charlie Mac, that is. Absolute best face furniture I've seen, mate.
Get in.
Oh,
You can't argue with that, can you?
No. That's fame and adulatory there, Josh, mate. Oh, yeah, as soon as I saw that on the brunch, it was like, oh,
Yep,
yes.
that wins every argument. There you go, done.
Every bit of argument has been won by that epic tash, mate.
Yep.
And there's got to be a proper retro Harley somewhere in the man's life. There's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
Bless him.
La 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 la. I think I heard Mama Foxx make herself a cup of tea earlier.
Oh, wow.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, she's scared.
I mean, normally she leaves it till just after I've finished and I go downstairs and she's like in the middle of making it. It's like, is that the first cup of tea in 3 hours, you cowbag? Yeah. She seems to have... I woke her up this morning today. I got her up. I went in and said, right, come on, time to get up. And she went, okay, and then got up in about 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, wow, that's something wrong here. I should be... It's like the old thing. It's the fact which when you can't hear the 5-year-old, you have to be worried.
Yeah, you know what'll happen tomorrow. You go to get up. Hello.
Oh, wake up!
Yeah.
I'm burning my leg. Oh,
I hate you.
I hate you. Yeah, bless her.
Oh, mate. She's funny.
I should be having Toad in the Hole tonight for dinner.
Yeah.
Right, why don't I put some Dark Reaper actually on my wet palette? Because I had lead belcher on my dry palette, so...
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I try and avoid putting metallics on the wet palette. But... So So what else been going on then, dude? Anything interesting in your world?
Nah, not really, mate. It's been just a case of catching up on content and that, mate, to be honest with you. Yeah, just chillaxing, mate. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Bit of time at the bench, you know, just, yeah.
Played a bit more Cyberpunk 2077 last night.
Oh, did you?
I'd forgotten. I don't know how I'd forgotten because I hadn't really paid attention, but I forgot that Keanu Reeves is in it.
Oh, really?
He plays like a main character in the game that looks like Keanu Reeves, and is Keanu Reeves acting it, and it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, go with that all day long.
Yeah. I like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he's all right. I do like the John Wick films.
I've never seen them.
Oh, you're in for a treat. Yeah, it's properly out of character for him. You know, the lovey-dovey, cuddly Keanu Reeves does not make an appearance in any of them movies.
Does he not?
No, he's a bit, yeah.
Is it something to do with...
He's a bit feisty.
Revenge for killing his dog or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
What, is that it? I thought it was a joke. This is just about him getting revenge for killing his dog.
Yeah, the kill list is up there with the Rambo films, mate. He don't take prisoners, mate. Yeah. They stole his car and shot his dog. Is the premise for the first.
I saw
time,
a little clip. I think it was John Wick where he stood behind a little counter in a shop and he goes and throws some knives.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I thought, I've had that dream when I just kind of flicked knives out of my hands at bad guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I had a great dream last night.
Oh dear.
No, it was a good dream. It was. It's going to be hard to explain, but I was in. You know, like when you're aware of something in the dream.
Yeah.
You just know something. I was in some like room with a load of people, and it was like in a spaceship, in a sort of like spaceship, perhaps in a space-going vessel, but like a real sort of like Battlestar Galactica style. It's all pipes and tubes and bits of wire hanging out. It's not like a nice clean spaceship. It's like we're in a cargo hold or something. And there's some guy there saying, "Right, if you'll follow me, and we'll go along." And in my brain, I knew this was one of these things where it was an experience where you go in and all the people in there are actors and you just have to, like, it's like an escape room, but it's not an escape room. It's like, so as all these other people go off, I'm pulled back into the room and now it's me having this experience that I've paid to go into where it's all actors in this like cargo hold of this spaceship and things are happening. It's all excitement and I just go along with it. It's hard to explain, but there were monsters and shooting and it was quite good.
Oh, wow.
And weird things were happening. And it was all really cool. It was like Laser Quest, but with monsters, and it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
An escape room without the escaping. It's a bit like, I suppose, going to some sort of Disney experience, but if you were the only person there experiencing it and everybody else was an actor. I suppose. I don't know. It makes no sense when I actually try and explain it. It sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's like some of the dreams you have is just weird, isn't it? It's like, what on earth was I thinking to have had that dream?
And then at one point I was like in some sort of, I don't know, driveway of a house.
Yeah.
And it was like a house where all the gardens were overgrown and abandoned. And there were sort of monstery things walking around. But I was stood there in the driveway. And there was a few weapons on the floor, like a few some firearms. Yeah. So there was like some people there, so we were picking out firearms. And of course, being a dream, there were really weird firearms. Like there was an assault rifle and a pistol, but they didn't look like weapons. And they didn't quite fire. Like one of them just had like a little... The trigger for the pistol was like a little thing you just bend. It didn't actually... There was no mechanism, it just bent a little bit.
Yeah.
And it kind of went bang. And then the enemy fell over and I went, okay, that's cool. Well, then at one point I was firing it and it didn't make any noise at all, but I was disappointed, but it still worked. And I remember at one point thinking, why can't I just have a dream where a gun works like a gun? Come on now. God's sake.
Yeah. You're like, really?
And then I thought, hang on, I've just thought that. So, am I having a dream?
Yeah, I often wonder what's going on in my mind at times. It's like, how on earth did I dream about that?
Yeah. Where did that come from? I don't know. Do 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 do. Well, they look like garbage. I only hope I can rescue these hatches in the washing and weathering.
I'm sure you will, mate.
They look pretty bish to me.
Yeah, what's it you always say to me? You're at that stage in a paint job where it looks like biblical ass. Just keep going.
Yeah, but sometimes they look like that because they are just biblical ass. Sometimes. You sure that wasn't your trip to the old Alien Wars experience, says Andy McLeish? I don't know what that is. Foxx, Destiny Potato is the name for a metal band. I like that. See, that's a good name for a metal band that isn't just death, kill, Satan, devil nonsense. See, why can't you have heavy metal bands that write songs that aren't like... There must be a heavy metal band that writes songs that aren't like about demons or death or killing. There must be a heavy metal band that writes heavy metal songs about like fluffy things and sunshine. Yeah. They're just heavy metal. There must be one out there. I'm determined there must be. It would be epically epic. Like some sort of death metal band, but they sing about unicorns and flowers. And
yeah.
That'd be worth paying.
Just
for.
Imagine someone like Suicide Silence doing My Little Pony.
My little pony, so skinny and bony.
My Crazy Horse, wasn't it, Father Ted? Good reference. That's what I did there.
Steady now. That's quite enough of that.
Yeah, that'd be quite enough of that now, Ted.
Where's me labia mermaids? Oh, have I put it away? Oh.
There's a distinct possibility that it may have been put away then.
It was put away in a place. I shall unput it. It has been unput now.
Special safe place that we put stuff and then we go, where is it again?
Yeah. Destiny Potato. I like that name.
Got a ring to it, isn't it?
Yeah. The Potato of Destiny. Anything with the word potato in it is a winner in my book. Space Potato. There's a shop in... excuse me. Excuse me. There's a shop in Japan in the Akihabara district.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And they sell like video games and stuff and all that kind of stuff. And it's called Super Potato. I love that name. Super Potato. That's a good name.
Japanese, they always make me giggle.
That is a good shop name. I'm just going down to Akihabara. I'm going to go to the Super Potato.
It's one of those countries I'd love to go to, but I'd either get arrested or lost forever because...
Yep. Like me, you just end up never getting out of the train system because you don't understand any of it.
Exactly. You'd be just circulating underground, wouldn't you? Be like,
forever.
To get up there.
Don't understand.
Yeah, I'm lost. I want me mum.
See, I played Persona 4, so while I'd be listening out for the next station is Yaso Inaba. Yaso Inaba is the next station.
Yeah.
You've not played that yet, so you won't know what that means.
No. Is that the one that you were saying about the irritating notifications?
Hey?
Was that the one you was on about the irritating annunciations in the...
no, that was Fallout. That was Fallout 4.
Oh, right.
In the subways in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Doo-doo. Keep it clean, Boston.
Really?
Baby Metal done a song about chocolate, plus System of a Down did a song about bouncing banana terracotta pie, says Max McGinn.
Oh, there you go then.
Did you guys see the video on the Orc Knight Titan someone scratch built on his channel, says Risedam?
No.
Yes, I sent a link to you for you.
Oh, that'll be in that big pile of links that I never look at then.
Yes, I did eat, yeah. The guy that makes things out of just crap. And yes, I sent you a little, I fell out, hang on. Oh, back again, here we go. Falling out now. I have to fall back in again. Hang on a minute. There we go. Returned.
And he's back.
Yes, it's the one I sent you a link to. And I said, this is right up your street, and then I assumed you'd never ever watch it.
Yeah, because, I have an inability to scroll up.
Yes, or read things.
Yeah.
Reading. It's fun for all the family. You should try it.
It's so weird how StreamYard still kicks you out. It's bizarre, isn't it?
I know. My broadband has finally managed to get itself to normal speed now, just about.
Oh, good.
Just about. Diddly bomb, diddly bomb. Super Match Game! Went a bit funny there, didn't it? Super Match Game!
Yeah, you're going a bit odd.
I'm going a bit odd. I've been on for years, mate. Odd is...
Wouldn't have you any other way, mate.
No. Couldn't afford me any other way.
No, you charge too much, mate. Told you that.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Prices down.
Tell you what, playing Cyberpunk last night.
Yeah.
And because it's a next gen game, and I've been looking through it to see, like, to be wowed by the visuals. And there are some amazing visuals in there, but it's more just the amount of it rather than the, you know, people don't look super realistic, but there's a lot of city there in at any one time, and it's good looking. I'm having fun with it. But last night I was struck by a moment which isn't like, it's not super high res graphics amazingness, but it's more like you wouldn't have had this on any other system.
Oh, right.
And basically, at one point in the game, I had occasion to go to like a landfill.
Oh, right, yeah.
But imagine a landfill the size of like 10 football fields, and it's just full of washing machines, junk, girders, metal, crates.
Yeah.
But in the game, if you go to most video games, it'll be like a texture on the floor with some bits stick. No, this was like literally every bit of crap was a 3D object.
Oh, wow.
And it went off to the horizon. I'm like, wow. And I've never seen that before, that kind of level of
detail.
stuff. Yeah, it's like, because normally you get like a flat texture of like junk, and then you get some objects here and there dotted about. No, this was constant. This was like a sea of boxes and washing machines and bits of cars and a gird. I'm like, wow.
Brilliant.
And then some guys absolutely pwned my ass, and then I died. So.
Oh.
And there was a very good Portal... You won't mean anything to you, but there was a very good Portal Easter egg that I came across. Not an Easter egg,
right, yeah.
not an Easter egg, but a little tribute, and I was like, I like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the detail in games now is just out there.
So I was quite impressed that it wasn't just a flat texture with a couple of things here and there. It was literally a sea of just junk. I had to climb across it. It's like, okay, now you can colour me impressed. Yeah, you look at them close up and they're quite low resolution, the textures, but it's still like, but there's like 5 football fields worth of just crap.
Yeah, but
polygons.
It's like they still went to the effort of doing it, though, didn't they?
Yeah, and then you turn around the other way and you've got the desert and a couple of buildings and some cactus, and it's like, wow, this is really nice. It has its moments. There are some things where you look at it and think, yeah, like the figures don't look the best, but at the same time, you can't deny sometimes you look at it and think, wow, that's just incredible.
Yeah.
I'm still enjoying it.
That's the key, mate, as long as you're having fun.
I'm having fun with it. Is it perfect? No.
No, you don't worry about
Is it
that,
enjoyable?
don't you?
Absolutely. Super Match Game. Boom.
Super Match Game.
What do points make? No license.
Prizes.
What do points make? No license. Oh. Have you ever had points on your license?
Yes.
I had points on my license. I was rushing my boy up the hospital and I got done for speeding in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. See, I had no excuse for mine. I couldn't get out of it because basically I went... Well, there was an excuse. There's a junction where there's like it's a 4-way junction and there's a red light. Yeah. But the way the lights are positioned, it's quite easy to get confused and think you're looking at the light that's for the other road and not for the one you're on.
Oh, right.
So the light went green, but it wasn't my green. It's a stupid angle. So I'm going across this way, and there's a road going that way, and the green hit, but it's the green for these guys. And I went straight across, and it would have been fine, except I kind of cut up a police van doing it. So
yeah.
They were like, "Do you know why you pulled you over?" Absolutely, I do. Yeah, can't really. You're not going to deny it. So I got 3 points for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think most of us have had points.
Max Begin says, Cyberpunk's still a long way off being fixed because for me it just crashes on my Xbox One. I'm on a Series X, so it runs a lot better on a Series X. It's not exactly ideal on an Xbox One, unfortunately. I think it's too much for an Xbox One.
It's
Oh, by heck!
a lot of the games now are so graphic intense, aren't they?
I still don't think we've seen the full power of what my console can do, but
Oh no, certainly not. Like you say, it's normally about a year or so after they come out, isn't it? Where a game suddenly gets released that utilises the console.
Oh yeah. All the
excitement to come, mate.
All the amazing AI that we're supposed to be getting at some point because there's more.
What would you like it to be if it was your one game that you could choose that would be the knock your socks off game to come out on there in super AI? What would it be?
I don't know. I'd want it to be an open worldy thing.
Yeah.
Like, I know Cyberpunk itself is just set in like a futuristic city, but it's like a whole city, like GTA kind of thing. But it's like looks nice, but there's nothing. It's really hollow.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing to have a game set in a city where you literally can walk into almost every building.
Yeah.
Because often you get like a few buildings here and there, and the rest are all just frontages.
Yeah.
With realistic day and night cycles and full on like just any place where it's got just realistic day and night, and you walk around and you've got like city atmosphere or anything like that is great for me. I don't know. I've never an open world game like a Bethesda or that kind of thing. Not really GTA. I'm thinking more Bethesda style, Fallout, Skyrim kind of stuff. But there's something about urban settings where you've, like in Cyberpunk, you go from like modern architectural city centre to like desert with shacks to.
Oh right, yeah.
Because it's like it's set in California, so you've got like the Badlands, which is all just like desert and stuff.
Yeah.
But with like shacks and buildings and small towns, and then you've got the proper city bit, and then the slum parts of the city and other bits and bobs.
Yeah.
I like the setting.
Sounds mint.
Yeah, well, it's like Fallout 4. If you go into Boston in Fallout 4, it's small, but it's just walking around with all the ambient atmosphere and noise in the background and the daylight, and it's just nice. Put it on a realistic day-night cycle. It's good.
I really need to address my lack of gaming in my downtime, don't I?
Yeah. Ideally, it'd be a game it'll be a Bethesda-style game where you can have a lot of mods, and therefore the game itself will be fine, but people will bring more to it over time.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing with like Fallout 4 and Skyrim. The games are great, but it's the mods that add so much extra to it, like lighting and scenery and just
brings and enhances the game. It's not necessarily a cheat because it's defeating the object, but
it's not a cheat.
If it's
a
an
mod,
enhancement mod, then you've got to be all for it.
Like Fallout 4, but you add like lots of ambient sounds, and you add more realistic day-night cycle, and you add lots of greenery in the landscape, and just walking through, say, Boston city centre in Fallout 4 with lots of environmental mods and stuff added, just makes it so much more interesting. And then, I've got my Garand, which I have to aim slowly, and I've got a normal walking speed set, so I can't run everywhere. Just makes it more of a or even like anyone who's played The Last of Us. I've not played Last of Us 2, but Last of Us, which was set in wherever it was, that was like a post-apocalyptic, post-zombie whatever city, like 10 years later. So it's all like anything that's like urban but overgrown, like 10 years after a whatever. So you've got like buildings with all the grass and things growing in them and trees, that kind of going back to nature town setting. I love that.
Yeah.
Where you can walk around and find things in houses, and it's like, imagine being the last person in the world and it's been 10 years and everything's overgrown. That'd be brilliant for me.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, that'd be great. But I don't know. My chat fell over.
Oh, was it?
It did briefly.
Yeah, Max. Oh, yeah. The last chat I've got on there is Max about his Xbox One, mate.
Yep, Holy Mountains, Deer, Dance and Spiders, says Max McGinn. I need this. I need this to dry so I can do the next coat. I might have to put the hairdryer on for a second. Plug it in.
It's all right, mate.
Otherwise, I'll be here all night waiting for it to dry and I won't get anything done. I'll turn the microphone off, though, obviously. Right. Give me 2 moments to hairdryer this.
Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. Yeah, I must have a look at that video, Josh, for the Ork Titan, mate. I'll try and find the link that Foxx sent me and actually get round to watching some of these things, mate. But I am pretty useless. But I don't mind. I'm happy. Andy McLeish is saying, Max McGinn, also throwback to the 90s Pantera with such songs as Cowboys from Hell, Slaughtered, used by 3D Arm, Great Southern Trendkill and Drag the Waters. Yeah. Fans are saying The Last of Us is set in many locations. Boston, Philadelphia and Salt Lake City, to name but a few. Oh, happy days. Keep forgetting, Pans, you're a gamer and all, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, I must sit and play some of my Steam games. It's like, yeah, I will get there. I'll get round to it. Mind you, it took me 7 years to get round to watching DS9, so yeah, I'll try. Try and get his boots painted. Again, it's only base coats going down at the moment. Hello, mate. Back.
Hello. Next coat. What, did I miss anything?
No, I was just catching up with chat, mate.
Look at the chatularity.
Andy McLeish says, second morning, you're not useless. Oh, mate, yeah, you know what I mean, mate. That's just how I, yeah. Andy tells me off for referring to myself as useless.
Yep.
Warning accepted, mate.
La 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 la. Accept the warning and move on.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to argue with Andy McLeish.
You should. Everyone should argue with Andy McLeish. He's a nightmare.
Oh, well, not that brave, mate.
No, it's Muse you don't argue with. Andy McLeish you just have to take the mickey out of.
Yeah. Yeah, Muse and Sarah Jane. Yeah, they're the ones that put me in my place.
If Andy McLeish says something that makes sense, that's when you need to start getting worried.
Ah, yeah.
Remember, it's the 5-year-old you can't hear that you have to think about.
Yeah. He'll actually appreciate that, Andy. He'll be like, yeah.
The man that came up with Power Burke and Squeezemo. Yeah.
He's a legend.
This is the calibre we're talking about here.
He does do a good logo, mate. Keep an eye on my end credits, Andy. That's all I'm saying.
And credits across the universe. I can't do that, it's copyright. Super match game.
Super match game. You can't beat a bit of.
Doodle 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 doodle.
And of course, the immortal. Underneath the eye. Oh, very tuneful, mate.
Oh yes, I think it will.
I'm available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, autograph photos
Weddings,
available at
bar mitzvahs and funerals, but I don't do the balloon dog thing. What?
yeah.
Don't do that though. Nah, don't do that. Underneath the eye. Dying the Macharius Vanquisher, says Andy McLeish. Oi, shut it, you finger of shame. Finger of shame. Finger of shame. Finger of shame. Bomb. Anybody outside the UK will have no idea what any of that singing means.
No.
They'll be like, why do they keep doing this little
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is one thing where you have to be in the 1980s British club, and if you're not, well, you can't be told about it. There's no way out of it. It's not like you can explain it. Diddly bomb, diddly bomb, diddly bomb. I'm going to do some Nuln Oil, I think.
Oh, you're good.
I'm going to do a little bit of Nuln Oil while the other one is still... maybe not. I was going to say while it's still wet, but it won't be that wet anymore.
Nuln Oil.
I was going to maybe do a little bit of wet blending of my shades, but...
Oh, you're good.
But they're not... It's not really wet enough now, I don't think.
He's really good. He's so talented.
Who are you talking about? Simon, he's not here. You have to big him up when he's not here.
Do you know, I'm actually looking forward to him doing his YouTube channel.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Only so we can mock him mercilessly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that will be part of it. Mockerage.
Oh yeah, he's got that all to come, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
His blooper reel will be good as well, because if he's going to be like us, most people that make videos, at some point we all try to do a really super professional voiceover, don't we?
Yeah,
it always goes wrong, doesn't it? And we get the giggles, or we belch, we fart, we do something, and yeah.
For me, it's just I keep getting the lines wrong and I swear constantly because I can't get my dialogue right.
Yeah, the blooper reel is, yeah.
That's why I've given up not scripting stuff, because I just can't do lines anymore. I can't do impromptu talking anymore. I seem to have lost the ability.
Yeah. Yeah, but it works for you doing it that way, and if it works, go with it, innit?
Max McGinn says he's been playing Hitman 3, trying to be the worst Hitman possible. Just watch Chris play.
See what he did there.
You see what I did there? Was that a bit brutal?
Yeah, it was brutal.
Good.
But Chris would say the same to you, wouldn't he? So,
yeah. And as we know, we learn by doing.
Absolutely.
You don't get a thick skin by being pampered.
No.
Right. What time is it? It is 8:45. I think it's time for me to go make a fresh brew and make some food for Mama Foxx. She'll be wanting her toad in the hole.
Yeah.
Which means I just put it in the oven and leave it for half an hour. It works for me. So I think we shall leave it there, ladies and gentle spoons. Colin, thank you as always for your presence on this lovely day.
Not a problem, mate. Always a pleasure, you know that, mate.
All right. Well, it's your show and my show, so it's our show. So it's half and half.
Yeah, I know, mate.
Yeah. So thank you, and big thank you to Si, who's not here. So we can mock him if we need to, but
thank you, Si.
Thank you, Si, for coming in. Thank you, bye. Thank you, Simon. Like and subscribe.
Thank you, Si. You're so special.
Yeah, very special person, very special. So yes, thank you to everyone who's been watching. I'm just fiddling with this now. Thank you to everyone for watching. Don't forget, of course, Colin and I will be back hopefully tomorrow for the eModels Mundans Day stream. Yeah, with Ted and Chris, assuming there's all of us there. I won't say what I'm going to try and do during the week because it probably won't happen, but you know, hey, we may meet anon throughout the week. But don't forget, of course, if you want to support mine and Colin's channels, you can go to Patreon or you can become a channel member. You can go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru, or you can press join underneath any one of my videos. Either way, you'll become a Patreon member, you'll get access to cool content, and you'll get access to the 24/7 live Zoom hangout, and also the text-based Facebook group chat thing that goes with it. And for Colin's channel, you can go to patreon.com/Festa67workshop, and of course, press join underneath any one of his videos for the same thing.
Absolutely.
You'll be helping.
Support is massively appreciated.
Yeah, you'll be helping to keep these channels alive. We both depend on your support to keep our channels alive, so yeah, keep it coming through. Big thanks to all of those who do support us already. If you've been on the fence about it, have a think about it. It really is appreciated. Yeah. At the very least, though, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I might do some live streams during the week. I might not. Obviously, given recent events, I won't be doing any more eModels live streams for the T62 tank.
Yeah.
That's gone back in the box now for obvious reasons. But at some point I will find something else to do, and we'll do some more live eModel streams over on that channel for building stuff. But other than that, that's going to do us. So thank you very much for watching. Do enjoy the rest of your Sunday's day, however much is left.
Absolutely, folks.
Take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. And until next time...
Adios, amigos.
Oh!